It's time for the goals of the week for round 2. Starting us off at number 1, Tyron Reeves from Bairnsdale here. This is a beauty. He's at the back of the pack. He slides on it, keeps it in, and then from a really tight angle, threads the needle. A beautiful goal.
Finds something out of nothing as he went to ground.
2 weeks in a row, no change. I think is the big thing for them. So they're coming out of the first 2 weeks of a season. I look at every other team. Every other team's had in the Gippsland League has had some changes. Well, no changes in their first 2 weeks. So obviously very comfortable with how they've put with the team that they've got out there on the park and how they'll match up tonight. So obviously a couple of big players that have returned for the Tigers. Isaac Abbas in the ruck. Be interesting to see how he goes tonight. But they've obviously strengthened the midfield with Rosado coming back in to that team. So I think the depth of what the Tigers are putting out there with their 22 tonight is really strong.
That's the owners of that building. That's us, sorry.
It seems to be going there too.
EVs, yeah. And then he's fucking
Clean energy. Automated, yeah.
he's downstairs, he runs up.
Fucking work their way in, don't they? Pollute for the rest of the forever and eternity. Now all of a sudden, now they're green. I'm trying to suck my guts in.
As you said, Bob,
I call it the golden
Are you talking about the wedding? Good time now across the all evening for us here on TRFM on Gippsland Live. It's Super Plenty Cup Country. When it comes to all sports and Windows Cup Country, Gippsland covered. Super store, but also in sale as well. Best carpets, timber floors, tiles.
I just saw it, it's like...
Check out Country Tiles. New range. Finest suppliers. They have something for everyone. Hardwell Street Traralgon. Country.
It's the fourth quarter, isn't it?
Shouldn't affect
What you do is you go and you get a good shot, and then you put a good one in the bottom. So he's in so he's let's get a HR. Are you okay? It really would be.
Alex called me a dumb cunt.
Everybody said that. Nah, it's not to you. Nah, to a couple. But not to their face.
We all think lots of things in the rag. We've just got to just bring it back a little bit.
You said that.
It's like the things I want to say.
because that is quite pretty. How he walked past, I thought, I bet you
very good. Just quickly on this fourth quarter side, good group of running. They've released up through the middle part of the back half, the middle part of the ground. And all of a sudden they get a few more midfielders that can go through that group. I think that's going to be a really important part up against Traralgon. Connor Amber, Louis D'Angelo, and Jordan Simmons. And they can have Musco, I think can go into the midfield at some stage. They haven't used him as a just yet, but
Thanks, boys.
his endurance and his fitness will carry him a long way. I think they might, it's well served if they can give him a bit of a run through the middle as well. And I think they like to the wingers with Halliburton and Dunbar and Cody, so a little bit of pace, they'll be able to get Gallier and play.
Nice hands, Bobby!
Oh, yeah, I'm just feeling she held
And now all of a sudden everyone wanted to not throw it off. It's quite a bit of a weird feeling at the moment because the crowd has gone inside. The A grade and B grade out there. Sorry, B grade have just finished. B grade have just finished, and I give you a score that it was Traralgon 44, Tigers 31. With quick handshakes that are going on, and I think everyone's going to get a quick Head bowler just standing over there, just going, we need to run across from the netball court and make our way over here. The footballers standing there, the reserves, it's a great sight. It looks absolutely fantastic. Andy's down at ground level for us. She's going to get a nice little clip for us there and chuck that one out to the account of Gippsland Live Instagram and Facebook page as well. So it's good to see seniors, reserves, A grade netball, B grade netball. So you get a start to continue. Keeping it track, you've got the binoculars on your binoculars on, so there's not a lot of movement happening over the netball court other than they're finished, but doesn't seem to be there seems to be a lot of hurries that's coming across, but there's movement coming now. So they'll be on their way. I reckon they'll be about a minute by the time they jump around all the fences that are currently here at Terry Hunter Oval, and look, it's going to be fantastic, obviously, with the new additions of the club rooms and the grandstands and everything like that. Obviously, we've got 2 years which haven't had a facility for years, but it's one thing that you look at across the league's development around club rooms and change rooms, both male and female football, we see it down in Druid this year. Obviously, they having a tough year, no home ground for their footballers for a netball. So as a club, they move away. But
they're chicken. I think they're barbecue.
How is the Darryl Pool pavilion at the Royal Rec Reserve? I did see during the week that you put the roof on. Yes, you have. The roof is on. The roof on. The roof is on.
That's been a while.
Tonight. So Terry Hunter is on my left over here.
And we also have Mrs. Stanistreet somewhere in the oval also as we play for the Stanistreet Hunter Cup. What a great initiative it is to be able to do a night Anzac Day game against two traditional rivals. When Traralgon and Morwell are up and about, our Gippsland league is one of the strongest leagues in country Victoria, so we'll be ready for a great contest tonight. If I could please call Cheryl to come forward and recite the oath. If you can and are able to please stand up in the crowd and remove your hats. If you cannot, that is more than understandable.
I shall not weary nor refuse to bend. At the going down of the sun and through the morning, we will remember it. Lest we forget. Thank you everybody, good luck to all footballers and netballers and players.
There it is, amazing scenes as both sides now break away. We're going to take a quick break and back with the first quarter. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. We'll take the home Gippsland. Thank you.
Yes, Kels.
Yeah.
Big Charlie Burr's got his headband on.
Yep. He's got the Macintosh headband. Who's calling? Are you? What? Who's calling?
I start. Mate.
I'm still on. You had me still on. You had me still on. I turned you off on this end. Yeah. I just turned you off.
Really not. But yeah, we grew up with kids together. Around the market, used to play cards, my mum and dad's house.
That's right.
They had girlfriends at young age. Leo still married to me. Maybe history. And there's been, I'm sure, maybe shenanigans between one other bloke. I was in and out. I didn't say how we were. Always have and you sort of, you do, I think as you grow up, it's important that for a kid, you grow up and you don't care, you learn to have a relationship with people, you know as many people as you can, you get together like salt, and you remember him from high school, I bowed to him at a nightclub one night, you know, like, remember you bowed to him on the football field, and we played something together.
Yes, a very good evening and welcome to round 3 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Great to have your company on this Friday night, this Anzac Day. It's been an absolute cracking day so far, and we're going to finish it with a great game of football here on TRFM. It is the Maroons from Traralgon taking on the Tigers of Morwell, and this will be a great one. The Tigers sit on top of the ladder, 2 wins, undefeated at the moment. The reigning premiers are 1-1 in the Maroons on their home deck, but they found the winning form last week, and a better forward setup allowed them to kick some good goals last weekend. Ty Hurrigan's the key. He belted this side last time they faced against the Tigers, but the Tigers have got a different game style this year. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Great to have your company. My name's Daryl Cooling, co-caller this afternoon, Rob Popplestone. Good evening to you.
G'day, Scott. G'day, Gippsland. Yeah, really looking forward to really good sides, two really top quality sides on a perfect evening for footy. Should be a ripper.
Tim Sexton's with us this afternoon. Of course, all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Tim, how are you?
1950s.
Yeah.
No, that's a bit early for me. Going well, mate. Evening, listeners and everyone. Looking forward to, as Poppy said, a cracking game between two top quality sides and two great rivalries.
Paul Carter, well, thank you. We'll get to you in a moment. This first quarter for Metricon Homes is about to get underway with Abbas and Strong doing the ruck duties, and the umpire starts round 3. Abbas with a clear tap down. McAuliffe was there, swung around the tackle. The umpire said, my ball. Addy Howe's down at ground level. Addy, first of all, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome. Thank you, Addy. We'll get to you a little bit later on as the ball goes back up. Quick handball by Campbell it was. A quick kick, though, to half-back, and Max Linton takes the mark for the Tigers. He gets called to play on. He's going to go to the outer side. He's got Cooling out there. He can take the grab. He does just that. He's going to kick short and find the leading target there was McDonald, and that's Cody. So Cody McDonald, half-back flank, comes inboard on the 45. It's going to be turned over, and D'Angelo takes the mark on the outer wing.
So D'Angelo had a wing here. Terry Hunter oval, goes short, found a gap. Nice gap too it was. It was Matt North. Left half forward flank, plays on. Handballs, they've got a chain of handballs. They're going to enter the forward 50. 1v2, not the ideal scenario. Behind play, player taken out of it. Right here though, fed off. The first chance for Campbell. Round the body, dream start. Connor Ambler, if you don't mind. A beautiful start by the on-baller part-time forward. And that's what the home crowd want to see.
And on the Metricon home scoreboard, that's come at the 1.5 minute mark of the first quarter. Traralgon 1 goal straight, 6 more yet to score.
Ty Hourigan started up forward with that one and was heavily involved in that, gave the handball off to Ambler. So Harry McCall is lining up on him at the moment, so he's in for a big night.
Certainly is. Back to the middle we go. Strong just went up unopposed but tapped it straight down to Abbas. McAuliffe out the back now to Kale. Now to Galea. Galea goes laterally. Hits Cooling on the chest. Back pedals. The switch could be on. He's going to come across back to McDonald again. He can move it quick. They've got the numbers everywhere. The Tigers on the wing. He slows it up. He's got one long. He finds that player in McAuliffe just. Doesn't complete the mark. He's under pressure from Whack. Handballs to Galea. Galea's kick was smothered. It's going to come back the other way. And here's North for the Maroons. Drives it a half forward. Hourigan takes a mark in front of McCall. Plays on. He's looking for the deep forward 50 entry. And Lopez. Ty Hourigan saw the unopposed. The free man was Lopez. And a beautiful kick inside forward 50 from the Maroons.
Ran inside 50 unopposed from outside there, and it was Mills who was trailing in behind, and good awareness. It was a one-on-one contest, and Hourigan had the eyes open and was able to see Lopez, and he'll kick from about 15 metres out with not much angle.
So Lopez, Maroons already got one. They lead by 6. He's only 20 metres out, puts it on its way, and missed.
7-point lead to Traralgon, coming up to the 3 minute mark of the first quarter. Metric on home scoreboard. Maroons 117, more yet to go inside their forward 50.
All right, so McCall to bring the ball back in for the visiting side. Looks left, goes right, short option. Chooses it wisely. Young Charlie Burr, right back pocket. Not much movement. In fact, it was Jackson Burr, goes towards the right half-back flank. Traralgon just steady under the ball. That time they were beaten to the ball by the boundary. There'll be a boundary throw in, right half-back flank. Morwell kicking to the left of radio. Traralgon with a dream start, but could have been better. Dylan LaPre's just offline a moment ago. Timmy Sexton.
Might just go back down to Addie Howe. Good evening to you, Addie. Welcome on round 3 of Gippsland Live.
G'day, boys.
What's it like at ground level? All good at the moment. Addie's having a few little technical issues at the moment. Well, meanwhile, the Tigers are going to go over the top. Cooling gets it. Right foot high kick. It's a wobbly one. It's an open forward line. Gray comes out to meet it and takes a chest mark in the end. Open forward line, room to move, and Tom Gray took a chest mark.
Absolutely, he did, and it was good ball movement straight out of that. Out of free kick out of the ruck contest, and the Tigers just got on the outside of the Maroons there, and Cooling with a little bit of an up and under kick, but it was to Gray's advantage playing in front, and he'll go back and try and put the first score on the board for the Tigers.
So directly in front, will kick from about 40 metres out at the far end of the ground, kicking towards the city end. They trail at the moment by 7 to the Tigers. It's the first quarter for Metricon Homes. Love where you live. Gray for the Tigers. Comes in, right foot on its way. It's to the right, and it's missed. Just sneaks home for a minor score. Be inspired by Metricon Homes. Love where you live.
Morwell finally on the scoreboard, 1 behind 1 point, trailing Traralgon, who are 117.
All right, the ball to be brought back in for Traralgon. They'll come grandstand side. They'll go short, or will they? A run 10, kick 30, threaten the half-back line. Hourigan got a punch from behind. The umpire saw a free kick. Will go Morwell's way, and will go the way, you feel is for McCall?
Yep.
Left half forward flank, kicks to the top of the square. Can they find a winner here? A pack of players, evenly placed. Free kick, picked out. Well, I'm too far away from see it, but it looked fairly innocuous. The free kick will go the way of Morwell. And Tom Gray might take 2 with this one. He missed just moments ago. Probably a little closer this time, but the angle a little sharper.
Timmy, did you see the free kick?
No, it was in the pack, so I'm not sure. We're about 150 metres away from it. So, no, it was in the pack contest, so I didn't see what the umpire actually paid it for.
Well, you can excuse Tommy Gray 1. You won't excuse him 2. He should get this one straight through the middle, and it looked really poor. Or did it? No, got through. Nice work. Doesn't matter how far, as long as it gets in between the two big sticks. And the Tigers are on the board in a big way, Paul Carter.
And we're short of the 6-minute mark, and the scores are level, locked away at 1-1-7 apiece on the Metricon home scoreboard.
It's a sign. It's a sign, boys. The scores are level.
Took a long time for there to be some celebration going on there. Well, I think we all thought that
was pretty tight, wasn't it?
Slide across the face, but no, look, as we expected, an opening quarter start.
Let's check down at ground level with Addie Howe. Can you hear us now, Addie? Welcome.
I can hear you now, boys.
Very good, Addie. Good to have you on board for round 3. Back to the middle, another whistle goes, and this time it's going the Maroons' way. It's going to go to D'Angelo. Right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval, chips over the top. Found Reuters. He turns and wants to go on that right foot, delivers towards the forward 50. Hurrigan's there. McCall, there's another whistle.
Look at this.
And it's Hillier put down Reuters, so it'll be downfield. Free kicks early, Paul.
It's now 3 to Morwell, 1 to Traralgon.
I tell you, I can see already they haven't got an answer to Hurrigan here.
So McCall's on him. They've got a couple of other options, but how long do you stick with your first plan of attack? He started forward, which may have been a surprise, but you can't expect a surprise to throw you out. You know he's going to go forward at some stage. Hurrigan kicked the goal winner last week against Moe to get his side's first win of the year. Scores are level. 7-minute mark, Metricon, first quarter. Hurrigan's kick is to the near side. It's missed. It's a minor score, Paul Carter.
Traralgon back in front by 1 point on the Metricon home scoreboard, 1-8, leading Morwell 1-1-7, 7.5 played first quarter.
All right, Sam Walsh brings the ball back into play, as was the first option. Boyd Bailey on the end of this one. That left leg, normally deadly, finds a target from 40. That target was Judah Leak. Still in defensive 50, out of sight of the ground here. Kicking to the scoreboard end are the Tigers. Gee, a play went up early, went up, came down, no ball, and at ground level off they go. The Tigers with a wave of players, fumbled, but possibly they should have taken. And all of a sudden we've got a 50-50 contest on the outer side wing. Umpires picked out another free kick, goes Morwell's way. Goes the way of Judah Leak, take 2. Goes towards a right half forward flank where Tyler Hillier is the option. 1 point, the home side, they're leading by. We've played just on 8 minutes of this first quarter as the Tigers edge forward, but the boundary beats them 60 metres from their goals.
I'll tell you, I know the whistle's hot nice and early, and the contest certainly is, but that one there where you called a poppy was Burr went straight up over the top, no hands on the ball. That is a free kick every day when he doesn't get a hand on top of it.
So boundary throw, and Burr does the ruck duties now with Strong, but Strong clearly tapped it down. Halliburton got it forward. No one able to get a clean possession except for Leak. Little chip kick was smothered. Ricochets back out the other way. And that was Neoclear squeezing a handball out there for the Maroons. A whistle again. And the free kick's going the Tigers' way. And do we have a 50? I think we do. So
non-controlling umpire paid the free kick, and the non-controlling umpires paid the 50.
So Rosado had the free kick. He gets 50, which will take him to about 5 metres out. Slide angle.
Again, 9 minutes, Paul Carter, free kick count.
It is 5 Morwell, 1 Traralgon.
So Rosado from point blank range puts it through the middle, and the Tigers get another one. We've had plenty of free kicks, and this has a little bit of 2024 about it in terms of free kick counts in the first quarter. Paul Carter, go back to the stat book. How many did we have in that game?
We had a game where there was 74, I think, free kicks. one there. Now, Morwell hit the lead first time in the game. 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Metricon home scoreboard. Tigers at 2-1-13, leading Traralgon 1-8.
Players have got to be smart and adjust. That's all I can say to them. You've got to be smart and adjust to what the umpires are going to call.
All right, Charlie Burr will do the ruck work. Up against Strong. Burr got the tap. Nicely done. Morwell sent a break, but only marginal. Will fall in the arms of the Maroons, and they wave through D'Angelo. They'll come grandstand side. They'll kick to the advantage. Making good ground there for the Maroons was Chris Williams. Fed it off nicely, and off they go north. Beautifully found, and the Maroons inside forward 50 now. Musto will kick to within 10 metres of goals. 1-on-1, and out the back it goes. Who's got the legs? Has it been touched? The goal umpire says indeed it has been. Went through the big sticks, but touched in that contest, another behind.
1-3-9 Traralgon on the Metricon home scoreboard. Morwell 2-1-13.
Timmy, the Tigers have made a change in the ruck. Obviously, the 2 ruckmen, Charlie Burr and Isaac Abbas. Peter Strong still doing the ruck duties. Does he have a chop out this evening?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. I think Lopez is the obvious one for me, especially if they're going to play Hurrigan forward.
So McCall comes in out of full back, drives it long, but no one's back there, and Connor Little for the Maroons will take the intercept mark. Looks in, top of the 50.
Oh, dear.
They'll be turned over. Blew it. Can't complete the mark. At ground level, though. Shuffles it over his head. Maroons dive on top. And
free kick again.
So that's a ball up every day of the week. Bailey now gets it for the Tigers. Goes to half forward. Brandon McDonald on a long searching lead. Open forward line again for the Tigers. He rolls around onto the right foot. Abbas is down there. Tall target. Body work was good. Takes the chest mark. And that could be a worry when the Tigers' tall goes forward.
Well, that'll be the interesting one as to whether they throw Hourigan back if Abbas is going to go forward. And the difference between Morwell this year as opposed to last is that they've got two tall guys that can be in the ruck. Obviously, last year no Isaac, and bringing him back in is going to cause some headaches with this smaller Traralgon backline.
11.5 minutes gone, first quarter, round 3, all thanks to Metricon Homes. Love where you live. Abbas pushes it across the face of goal. No breeze to speak of.
He's kicked it like a ruckman.
Yeah, well, I think I'd rather him kicking for goal than Charlie Burr, to be honest. So,
2-2. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Paul, you go.
2-2-14 Morwell on the Metricon home scoreboard. They're leading by 5 points over Traralgon, 1-3-9.
Yeah, it's reasonably free-flowing. Only the umpires have made it stop-start as Tristan Wack brings the ball back into play, goes towards the outer side, and there's probably the option, isn't it? Tristan Wack on Abbas is also another option as the balls are hotly contested on the outer side of the ground. The umpire picked out another free kick. He has.
Kick to McMahon.
McMahon goes inboard. Nicely done. Cooper. Brown on that left leg, another short option, finds his teammate there in Mitchy Musto. Wanted to transfer play and chooses it might not be wise to change direction, and on his left leg gains all of 50 metres and the ball out the back, and there's some room to wiggle here for the Maroons too. Ambler, he's got a bit of time to find the best option, goes inboard. No, kick was sloppy, but it may favour the home side as Hourigan dances around one, kicks to the top of the square, contested, rode beautifully, goal! Thank you very much. Nice finish, Kate Reuters, and that's what they needed.
And the lead changes again. We've had it level once and 2 lead changes this quarter already. We've only played 13 minutes. It's a 1 point lead to Traralgon on the Metricon home scoreboard. 2-3-15, leading Morwell 2-2-14.
Yeah, nothing. When I say nothing pretty about that goal, but just plenty of work with the Maroons there just to keep the ball inside their 50. And it was that man, Hourigan, that was in front that was able to put the ball there, and Reuters puts the goal through.
Addie Howe at ground level for Carpet Country.
Thanks, boys. The wind is picking up a bit down at ground level, going across the ground away from the deck, but nothing that the boys can't do.
Favouring either end at all, Addie, or you think it's pretty neutral?
Not favouring either end, just going straight across.
All right, Traralgon goes to half forward now. Halliburton's there, gathers it, gets to about 48, took on the tackler, holding the footy. Spun around, 360, that's holding the footy as Judah Leake has it for the Tigers. Looks to the near side, not much on grandstand side or construction site. Goes towards Quigley, couldn't complete the mark. Goes out the back, here's Wack, former Tiger, now wearing a maroon, gets a handball to Ambler. Ambler's kick goes high. North can take the mark. So strong for a shortish fella. Gives a handball off to Musto. Now to Halliburton, who drives it in. Turns it over as Walsh takes the mark. They'll look to switch this, the Tigers. Kale's there and Anderson. Anderson takes the mark in the end. Will chip over the top to Jackson Burr. And Burr looks further afield. Galier's on the outer wing. Does it get over the top? No, it doesn't. It's going to be turned over as the Maroons take the intercept mark over there.
Huey Dunbar.
Dunbar chips it over the top. Can find Willen and gives it back now to Cooper Brown. Puts on the afterburners. Left foot kick inside will turn over. Tommy Cale for the Tigers takes the mark. And quickly they switch it to McAuliffe.
So McAuliffe looks up. Not too many options. Traralgon have sort of guarded the ground nicely. So he's on the deck side, goes through the corridor. You give it to the way, don't tell me. Wow, there's one you'd like to forget. The goal goes the way of Chris Williams. He couldn't believe it. It wasn't his birthday, Easter or Christmas, but he got it all wrapped up and just walked that one in. Beautiful.
And that's a 7 point lead to Traralgon now on the Metricon home scoreboard. 15-minute mark of the first quarter. 3-3-21 Traralgon leading Morwell 2-2-14.
Well, Mrs. Williams wasn't going to call him a klutz there because it stuck in his hands and he was able to take the goal there. But look, we saw it last. It's funny, we saw it last night with Vlosten too. sometimes you just go for that short chip kick where you just want them to actually kick at that 50
But the good sign in that, Chris was open to it. He was awake.
Yeah,
he was ready. You know, he's guarding ground. He's alert. That's a good sign.
Bass tapped it down. Ambler in there first, and Anderson wraps him up.
So we put that one down as a turnover for sure, don't we?
100%.
Strongy's still in the ruck too, Scud.
Yeah, and he's got Abbas for his third stint. Taps it down. Clearly Abbas to Anderson. Back to Abbas. High kick out of side. McDonald, Brandon attacks it full steam. Couldn't take it with him. Good work by McMahon. Gives it across the top to Brown. Brown with a searching handball. They look towards Halliburton by foot. Ground level. Great work by Neocleus. Free kick coming back to the Tigers. And it's going to go Galier's way on the outer side.
I think it's for chopping the arms in the marking contest.
So
that one.
Galier, clearly the best footballer in his family, drives it towards half forward. Fist goes up, and taking the mark back there was Connor Little.
And his sister's second best.
Yep. Switching kick. Comes across to Membry. Membry's kick.
There we go.
Can find Dunbar. Now they've got the run. This is how Traralgon like to play. Quickly. Was it McMahon? Dribbles a kick towards Jackson Burr. Fumbles it once. Now has to go find the footy again. Neocleus was there. Back to Ambler. Amber's little short little kick. Found Jacko McMahon again on the halfback flank. I just heard at the back there that Rick Galier, Josh's father, just said he hasn't won a senior premiership just yet at this level. So that was a response. There's Ambler. Gives the 1-2. Back to McMahon. Off the side of the boot. Might just work. Coming the other direction was Tripodi. Twisting, turning, goes to ground. In trouble. Although got the first one over the shoulder from McDonald. And Tripodi quickly gets up. Goes in towards Wack. Takes the mark. Wack will square it out wide where Brown's made some space on the outer side. Hilly will close. Does it sit for Brown? Not quite, but he shrugs off. He gets the handball away just in the nick of time. McMahon's there. Back to Brown. They're under pressure, the Maroons. They've gone backwards 30 metres. Now Little has a fumble. Good pressure from the Tigers, but the Maroons steady. And Brown with a handball over the top to Wack. They're not out of danger just yet.
No, they threaten the half-forward line, but Mauler got the numbers around about that half-back line. Go towards the boundary where Bailey's there, but Bailey's beaten by the boundary. Was that
deliberate?
Deliberate. So it'll go Morwell's way. Free kick counts getting high. The free kick will go the way of Boyd Bailey, who doesn't normally burn many. Let's see what he can do with this one. That left leg goes along the line, but geez, just as you spoke, you burnt that one. You're not wrong. And it's turned over, but the ball will eventually spill out, or the central umpire take control. It's the latter.
Free kick Traralgon, dumping in the tackle.
Okay, so free kick count, Paul Carter, at the 18-minute mark of this first quarter.
9-4, Moore's way.
Free kick to Wack.
All right, almost a free kick a minute in a game that's been reasonably free-flowing other than that.
Kick towards the wing area. No one can complete the mark. Well roved. Running onto it was Neocleus. Abbas picks it up off the deck. Couldn't get a handball out to a teammate. McCall handballs over the shoulder. And another free kick. All right, we get the runner out there. We might send Addy Howe out to just let the umpires know to put it away for a little bit. As Abbas goes inboard, handballed over the top to Bailey. McAuliffe under pressure, although a big don't argue, then lost the free kick.
That one's there. You take on three, you deserve that one. I tell you, it's there's going to be some tired boys at quarter time.
Gee whiz. They play on quickly again, Timmy, as Dunbar chisels one, but straight down Linton's throat.
And he it back.
Plays on quickly, back to Dunbar. Leake was there. Bailey gives a handball now to Leake. Can he gather it cleanly? He's got a runner inboard. And that one is Bailey again, who goes to ground. McAuliffe's there. Sweeping handball out wide to Campbell. Has a bounce. Gets to 50. Right foot kick. Zambrero goal of the day coming up. If you don't mind, Cohen Campbell slams it home for the Tigers in a blink of an eye.
And that brings us back to a 1-point margin. 20-minute mark of the first quarter. Metricon home scoreboard has Morwell now 3-20, trailing by that single point. Traralgon who are 3-21.
I tell you, it's been fast. It's frenetic, and there's nothing clean about sort of a lot of what's happening. I think both sort of coaches will probably be telling the boys, we probably at some stages need to just settle this thing down because they've butchered it there. But good handballs, good follow-up there by the coach there in Boyd Bailey, was able to get that one flowing for the Tigers.
All right, the Tigers at the moment, as you know, trailing by just a point, but though, like what I see from the Maroons at the moment as they go forward again, the numbers are fairly good, and even their pressure without the ball is pretty impressive as Chris Williams goes inside forward 50, ball spills to the front of the pack where the numbers favour the visitors, and Rosado handballs to the outer side, and Well, momentarily eases the pressure as Galea comes through. Handball over the top. Nicely done. And that is a bullet that goes towards centre half forward. Turns nicely. That's Quigley. Kick, well, isn't pretty, but it is to the advantage of the skipper in Bailey. And he's kick around the body's taken off the ball. Free kick. Gee, held it just a bit too long. Good pressure from the Maroons. And I reckon they're just winning that area of the game at the Maroons.
Had a jet chasing him in Tripodi.
Kicked it out wide after he played on quickly. There's no stoppage at all in this game. Hourigan has it right in front of the canteen, and the big crowd that's built. A big spoil by Linton. Puts it 5 rows back. And it is a great crowd on a Friday night. You couldn't ask for any better. The night is perfect. No rain to speak of just yet.
And Hourigan, who went up into the back line to get that kick, has now made his way forward.
1 point margin. Campbell from the stoppage gave it to Cooling, ran into a brick wall called Williams. And they go to ground. There'll be a ball up. Tanker didn't like it.
Oh, of course he didn't. Howie's mate.
So we're going to ball up right on the wing area. 1 point margin favours the home side in the Maroons. Burr tapped it down to Rosado. Handled over the top to McAuliffe. Back to Rosado. He's going to go straight through.
Good boy. Dropping the ball.
Holding the footy.
That's what happens, big fella.
Late Marsh, and it's getting on a little bit.
The Traralgon boys told him about it too.
Yeah, Paris, as you should. He backed himself in. Give credit where it's due. It just didn't come off.
So they kick out wide. They find McMahon. Goes to Tripodi at the toes. Just paid. Tripodi has it. He's going to draw. Go inboard. Get around McDonald. And then drives it inside. North in the front spot. Big pack will form. Front and square was Halliburton. Campbell confronts him. Rosado rolls through the other way. Great work by the big ruckman Burr. Sweeps the handball over the top now to Cooling. He goes further by hand to Hillier. Got a little bit of space. Williams closes. Hillier kick inside forward 50. McDonald out the back. Little in the front spot. Ball's at ground level. They come to try and rove it off the deck is McDonald. Great work by Connor Little. Waits for his teammates to arrive. Causes the stoppage. Great football early on.
I liked what I saw from Rosado. He knew what he was doing. He thought, I'm going to use my bulk to run straight through, and credit where it's due. It was Marsh that laid the tackle. Did not budge a wink. And I think there was a fair bit of adrenaline flowing through a lot of these bodies at the moment as a deliberate out of bounds has been paid. Outer side of the ground will go the way of the visitors. Morwell 3-2-20. Traralgon 3-3-21. The point, the difference at the 23-minute mark of this first quarter. Friday night footy, Anzac Day. It's a beauty.
It's all thanks to Metricon Homes. The Metricon More Love celebration is on now. You can get $50,000 to spend on bonus luxuries and their designer and signature homes. Love where you live.
So right half forward flank more go inside forward 50 through Linton. Ground level nicely picked up by Hillier. Left foot kick round the body. Another contender. Yes, indeed.
I think he's eating.
A nice goal.
I think he might be eating a Zambrero. He doesn't need it by the look of him.
We have our third lead change for the day, and it's at the 24-minute mark of the first quarter, and it's Morwell 4-2-26 on the Metricon home scoreboard, leading Traralgon 3-3-21.
You're saying there's strong genes in that body there, Scud?
Yes. It is a Zambrero goal that they contender, though.
Absolutely. It's a cracking, as we expected, cracking start between two teams that are fighting for these top few positions.
Burr down, though, picked off by D'Angelo. Gives it to Ambler. Chiseling kick to McMahon, who's gone forward. Spoil there was from Burr in the front spot. They tap it forward. Burr's got 2 to beat. Willerton and Burr shoved over the line. Boundary throw in. Great contest. So is it Hourigan that goes back and then McMahon comes forward, Timmy? Is that the situation? Although Hourigan and McMahon as well now forward.
Hourigan's gone forward. It was Lopez that went into the ruck to give Strongy a spell.
Okay.
So I'm just having a look at see who they've sent back.
So Galea off the back of the stoppage got one high, and that free kick is there. And Ambler just holds him down that extra second. Allows for his Maroon defenders to come back. He's got one over the top. Anderson's there and hits him right in the head. Strong comes the other direction. Couldn't take it with him. Campbell with a clean pickup. Back onto the left foot. Chip over the top. Nicely done. Picked off on that occasion there was from Dunbar. Gives a handball out the back. Williams now kick around the body. It was Marsh in the end. Out
Nicely
there.
Taken.
Great pickup by Ambler. Inboard handball back to Dunbar. Kick goes 5 rows back. Construction side of the ground. Out of bounds on the full. Tigers get it through Galea.
I tell you, they're just as hot on the not 15 here as they are in the AFL.
Tell you what, you could swap jumpers, and I don't reckon you'd pick the difference in game style at the moment. Both teams willing to take this game on. Free kick paid behind the play. Goes Morwell's way again. Free kick count at the moment. We'll get that off Paul Carter. In fact, might wait till quarter time. We're starting to close in quickly.
14-7.
Brandon McDonald goes to the top of the square. Ball falls to the front. Where's the Rovers? Nowhere to be found, but there's some nice players at the back level for Traralgon. Wack was one of those who found Marsh, and Marsh clears the area to a 2-on-1 contest. Spills out the back. Who's first player there? Some of these tackles are hot as, and Traralgon are winning that area of the game, if not some others, as they dance around and work out through D'Angelo and Neocleus. And now as the quarter time siren sounds to end a really exciting, high intensity first 26 minutes of football. That was as good as I've seen for a little while.
100%. That is hot, and I'm puffed.
And I'll tell you, everyone's puffed. You blokes are puffed. Great call. But that just shows you how little stoppage of play. We had 7 goals kicked in that quarter, and we went under 26 minutes.
Yeah, 4-2-26. The Tigers lead the Maroons at quarter time. The first quarter was all thanks to Metricon Homes. It's Traralgon 3-3-21. A 5-point margin at quarter time to the visiting Tigers. You're listening to Gippsland Live on Terra FM. All thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's time for the goals of the week for round 2. Starting us off at number 1, Tyron Rees from Bairnsdale here. This is a beauty. He's at the back of the pack. He slides on it, keeps it in, and then from a really tight angle, threads the needle. A beautiful goal.
Finds something out of nothing as he went to ground and gets his first of the afternoon.
Number 2, Cooper Brown from Traralgon. Who says forwards can't play defence? Intercepts that one, then just keeps it in like a waiter, and then delivers the goal. That is an absolute beauty. Number 3, Jack Hume here from Leon Gather on the end of a chain of handballs, just running home, and look at him slot it. That is a beautiful kick. Number 4 here, Luke Dyer here from Maffra. Ball comes out the middle. It's a bit of chaos going forward here. An important moment in the fourth quarter for Maffra. Just at the back of the pack, and then he just sticks the shoe out and threads it home. Number 5, it's a clutch time goal here. Scores are locked at 78 apiece. We're deep into the fourth term, and when you need your captain to stand up, this is what he does. He just stands up, bang, 2 grabs, takes the mark. 29-26 left on the clock, so we're really deep in the thick of it. Waltzes in and just goes bang. That is our goal of the week.
Welcome back. We certainly have a feeling that this is going to be a classic again, as it always is between the two. Traralgon and Morwell, 5-point margin in favour of the Tigers at quarter time. Here's Paul Carter with all the key stats thanks to Gippsland Isuzu, the new Isuzu MUX SUV available now on the Princess Highway in Traralgon at Gippsland Isuzu.
Inside 50s, Traralgon's way 13.11. The Maroons also lead the clearances 7.6 and the centre clearance is 6.2 Traralgon's way. Free kicks have gone Morwell's way 14.7. The rest of the stats are fairly even. The fact that we only had 26 minutes of play in that quarter, I can tell you there was only 13 hit-outs that I registered. That means there weren't a lot of stoppages and there was a lot of fast-moving play. Morwell tended early on to dominate with the ball and hold on to the ball, and they had quite a lead in the number of marks that finished 23-19 Traralgon's way in the end. 6 hit-outs to Peter Strong, 4 to Isaac Abbas and 3 to Charlie Burr. Stat winners for Traralgon, Connor Ambler on 7, along with Jackson McMahon, 6 apiece to Tristan Wack and Ty Horrigan, and 5 each to Louis D'Angelo and Lucas Tripodi. For Morwell, we've got 6 to Boyd Bailey, 5 to Blake Cooling, 4 apiece to Brandon McAuliffe, Anthony Rosado, Cohen Campbell, and just a couple for Zach Anderson.
Thanks very much, Paul Carter. Addie Howes down at ground level. She was in the huddles at quarter time, and it is all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Addie, what did you find out for us?
Thanks, Daryl. I took some key notes away from Boyd Bailey then. So he wants to force Traralgon into a slow play, make sure that there's no easy handballs through the middle of the ground. He also wants to make sure that the Morwell players are blocking for each other, especially when they're doing those short, in-tight handballs. Just don't be afraid to use their body.
Very good. Thanks, Addie, at ground level. And, of course, Timmy Sexton has got a score for us around the grounds, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Timmy, what did you find out for us with the A-grade netball?
Currently A-grade netball, second quarter, and it is the Tigers leading 14-12 against the Maroons. So 2 goals up at the Tigers in the second quarter.
Did we one year, I think we had a draw in A-grade netball and a draw in senior football, didn't we?
Last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it was the game that the one where Hurrigan kicked 6.
Yep.
That we had to draw here.
You know what I'd like to see if that happened?
What's that?
Ty Hurrigan shoot some netballs for a goal, and the captain of each netball side kick for goal from 25 metres. Winner take all.
Poppy, it's been a hot start. What a great game.
Really good, and I really like the observations from Eddie there about Boyd Bailey, because I think that's it's a couple of little good observations by the coach, where Traralgon have been moving the ball very, very well, very quickly, and Morwell have just found it hard to stop that run. And equally, they're giving the ball and running, but they're not blocking and creating a pathway for their teammate to which they gave the ball. So let's see how that plays on the back of what Addie has told us at quarter time.
Well, the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club is underway, and Quigley handballs over his shoulder, but Tripodi's there for the Maroons, who will wheel around on the right boot. Kicks to half forward, coming out to meet it, nicely done, is Willardon there. And Willardon chips ones over the top, and a big leap. Couldn't complete the mark, was Hurrigan. Rove by Neocleus. Snap around the body on his left. Missed everything under pressure.
Just an FYI, Willardon's wearing 5. I don't know, he's on our team list as 5, but I saw 20 before, and I thought it was Willardon because that's where he wore last year. That's Squiddy Williams.
Close. Starts with the same letter, Timmy. All good.
Oh, thank you, Scott.
Yes. Boundary throw in, hard up on the point post. Traralgon's end of the ground. Bass just grabs it out of the ruck, then just got boot to ball. Quick kick, this time by Willardon. That man we talk of, does it get over the defender's hands? It does. And to open a goal inside the first minute of play goes to that man wearing the number 5 this year, Liam Willardon.
And Traralgon 4-3-27, lead change again. Lead change number 3 for the match. Maul 4-2-26, and that's on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard. And it's come at the 1 minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, great snap over on the left foot over his shoulder there by Willardon. Just roved it out of the pack. Good tackle on Abbas. He was trying to get the clearing kick, missed the boot, and as good small forwards do, they jumped, pounced on it, and put it through the big sticks.
All right, so Strong v Abbas in the centre of Terry Hunter Oval, and I reckon Strong may have got a fingertip to it. Will it favour Traralgon? It will. Will they clear the area? They do, but Morwell are there, and they're air in numbers. Josh Galea is the player, takes the ball, handball didn't quite hit the target, and all of a sudden it's a 50-50 contest in which the boundary might win out. Cody McDonald was the player trying to chase it down. He was beaten by the boundary, and around about left half forward flank, compliments of the pressure from Willardon, there'll be a boundary throw in. Traralgon now kicking to the left of radio, scoreboard end, and leading by just a solitary point, opening minutes of this second quarter.
The ball back into the field of play. Front spotted Bass, took it out of the ruck, handled over the shoulder. Quigley was there, tried to crash through 2 Traralgon defenders. D'Angelo's one of those, a strong tackler. A ball up. Strong this time, gets over the top of Abbas. Galea comes the other direction. Quickly, ball to boot. High kick in front, McDonald. Good body work by Little. Ground level there, working hard as McMahon. Squeezed to handball to North. Good now work. To Little. Little's right foot kick to half forward. 3 Tigers. And taking the intercept mark is Josh Galea.
It is one thing that the Tigers have done well is they've flooded back to clog up the Traralgon forward line and then have then spread. So
Galea comes back down this line. Rosado coming in front of the leading McDonald takes the strong mark. Chips over the top. He's got Hillier. He can find him. Ball goes, bounces in front of him, taps it once. Tries to don't argue. However, the ball right in front of us here on the TRFM broadcast pocket.
Those little hamstrings just didn't stretch far enough there for Tyler.
1 point margin. Maroons lead it. Ball back in. Right in front of us. Strong missed it. Musto comes the other direction. Ambler there, head over it. Gets underneath the tackler. Galea gives a quick one to McAuliffe on 50. Kick to a dangerous spot. The Tigers come out and Gray can't complete the mark. McDonald's there. Ducks. Handballs back to Bailey. Left foot snap from Bailey's not going to make the distance. Anderson's there, can take the mark. No, he didn't. Great work there by Jackson McMahon. And in the end, we're going to stoppage point of the square.
He had plenty of it there, Anderson. Just couldn't bring it to ground in the end. You said the Maroons had 2 in the contest and McMahon was able to get his hand in there.
So just waiting for the umpires to work out who the ruckmen are. And in the end, Gray takes it for the Tigers, tapped it straight down to McMahon, and he's wrapped up.
I think we've seen it in the AFL in that too. Just throw the thing up and only one of each can go at it anyway. So
yep. So just metres from the visitors' goal, the visitors being Morwell. They're 1 point behind. They're 5 metres from their goal. Strong got the tap. Ambler, ground level, found a teammate. Geez, passed the parcel. They got out of trouble, but it was a cut off inside their defensive 50. And again, spills over the boundary line. 40 metres from Morwell's goals now, out of sight of Terry Hunter Oval. Round 3, Anzac Day clash. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. Traralgon 4-3, Morwell 4 goals 2. Strong front position, beaten to the ball though, tap, nicely done. Hillier fed it off, couldn't find a teammate. Kick towards the boundary, safety option. Can they keep it in? They can, but only momentarily because just as Maxie Linton was going to send the ball forward, the boundary umpire said, I might have a little piece of that.
So 60 metres out from the Tigers' goal, 5 minutes into the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. 1 point margin. Abbas grabs it out of the ruck, got a bit of space, gives it to Anderson, ran down in the tackle.
There's been some good pressure without the ball by Traralgon. I've noticed that more so from the Maroons than I have the Tigers at this early stage of the game.
Neocleus with a strong tackle there. Ruckman go at it again, tap beautifully down to Rosado and quickly wrapped up in the tackle by Musto.
Bass is starting to get on top in the ruck contest, so the Maroons will need to have a look at how they set up around the ball here.
So again, Bass taps it down. Anderson there, nice tackle by Marsh. We're going to do it again.
What do you reckon? Free kick to break this thing open or what?
Please not.
This is the 4th one.
Right on 50. Abbas taps it down. Bailey with a handball over the open space. All Maroons. D'Angelo does well. Goes backwards to Musto. Kick around the body towards Willardon. Linton's there as well. Nicely done with a kick back in from Mills. Going to land on the chest. A free kick or a mark. He's going to go. Paid the mark to McAuliffe. He's probably too far out to score. Is Brandon McAuliffe. He looks up. He's going to square it out wide. Although he's kicked it straight down Hourigan's throat.
But look at this behind the play. There's 5 yellows and just the 1 maroon. So they're going to have to hold it. And they do. Inside the corridor, Willardon's the option. He wants to give and go. He's got an option, McMahon to the right, chooses that option. He in turn goes over the top. So they've made something out of nothing as Musto kicks to the top of the square, taken downfield. This could be a walk-up goal for the Maroons, not what the Tigers want.
Especially after that. I understand the switching of the ball there, Scud, but you don't switch it back into the middle, especially when you've got 3 other guys around and Ty Hourigan's lurking. Like you're always.
I think it went to the wrong one. I think it was a poor execution.
Right idea.
Yeah, they had
wrong bloke where it ended up going to.
So Matty North directly in front. Won't miss this. Oh, geez.
Only
just got it through. Thanks, Matty. Nice goal, Traralgon. They edge away just a bit more.
Yeah, that's right, Poppy. They've gone out to a 7-point lead at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard reading Traralgon 5-3-33, leading Morwell 4-2-26. Traralgon have kicked 2 goals to Morwell, nothing so far this quarter.
That's twice you've already gone tonight with blokes that shouldn't miss something, and one of them was Boyd Bailey, and he missed the target by about 5 metres, and Matty North nearly just sprayed that from directly in front.
They are Poppy's big moments, all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. We've had plenty across the years. We've been doing it for 12 years, and Poppy's had plenty over those 12. All thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. Dine under the dome at the Morwell Bowling Club. Grab a $25 pot and palmer every Saturday night. As again, a bash clear, tap down. Although running onto this one out there was Ambler, cooling off the wing, got one high.
Yep.
And wins himself the free kick right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval. Quickly going to go to the outer side. He's got McAuliffe on. Finds him. Outer side. This time I guarantee he won't square it up. He'll drive it inside forward 50 to the key targets. Gray will get the last leap at it, but in the front spot is Whack. And the former Tiger for the Maroons now takes a mark, squaring kick out wide and finds D'Angelo. Inboard 45 kick, no good. Rosado was there, couldn't complete the mark. Great work by Neocleus though, gathered it, and a neat kick on the outer side. Finds a teammate.
Tommy McMahon.
And McMahon will just chip it over the top.
The praise.
He's binoculars
haven't called his name.
Praise.
Was it? Yeah, haven't called his name much tonight.
No.
So Lopez gets it to the wing area where Hurrigan takes a mark. Inboard handball to Ambler. Right foot high kick it goes. Looking down there for Strong and Abbas. The two ruckmen are now forward and backs. And the ball goes over for another boundary throw in. Outer side here at Terry Hunter Oval, the far side. Traralgon kicking towards the city end of the ground. They lead at 5-3-33, Morwell 4-2-26. And that is in the second quarter here for Murray Racing Club.
All right, the ball to be thrown up right on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary. Traralgon to attack. Quick kick across the face of goals. Yeah, just one behind. Not sure who fired it out from that pack of players. She got close, but just inches to the left.
8-point lead to Traralgon. Murray Racing Club scoreboard 5-4-34 to 4-2-26.
Just around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman, Scud. We've got a score out there in the North Gippsland game that's being played as well. TTU 9-4-58, Rosedale 3 goals 18.
So McCall kicks it in, gets it good, purchase on the footy. Out of there is Hillier. And take the mark, he'll chip it over the top. He's got cooling, can't quite complete the mark and runs out of real estate in front of Williams for a boundary throw-in.
Not as frenetic as what the first quarter was, and we expected it to probably settle a little bit. It's just going to be the skill level now of the players when they control. One side needs to just get a little bit of control of the ball here and see who can take advantage of it.
So boundary throw in. Strong tapped it down. Bailey with a handball, or now gets a handball out to Cooling. Got a little bit of space, kicks it in towards McDonald direction. Little with the spoil. McDonald has to become the crummer. Gets it off his toes, turns around. Now kicks it inside to an open forward line. Hillier's there, grabs it, ducks back into a Tom McMahon tackle. No prior. Good tackle, good football, ball up.
Great football. Well done there in from McDonald too in getting that ball in early to try and set it up in a one-on-one contest.
All right, 20 metres from Morwell's goals. They're kicking to the right and got a nice opportunity here. Hillier, well, I've got to hand to it. Wack got rid of him. He was free kick will go Traralgon's way or Morwell's way. Morwell's way, yeah. The umpire put up the wrong hand.
Traralgon's way.
Yep, it's going to go the way of Hugh Dunbar, who's got an option in the right back pocket. That's Mitch Membry, who looks upfield and an option 50 metres away. Can he find it? Geez, nice leg. Found Chris Williams, who's been very good. Nearly said Craig. He's a jockey. Chris is a footballer. But his leg was a beauty. Along the line they go. Nicely done. Traralgon with numbers.
Mitchy Musto.
And Mitchy from just short of right half forward flank. Looks up forward and now deep into forward 50, but it looks as though the yellow outnumber the maroon and a free kick goes the Maroons' way. Well, I think they got a bit of hard luck in the first 30 minutes, but all of a sudden Ty Hirrigan will force you to do things that you don't want to do, out of your comfort zone.
Umpire called a hands were in the back in that contest. So
3-on-1 too it was.
Yeah, that's where that talk comes into it from the back line as to who's going up and who's staying down.
And that was the one was Hurrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hirrigan now, he's got the boundary line just, centimetres to his right. So he's on the wrong side for a right footer, but Never say never with Ty Hirrigan. He's his kick for goal off the boot. Please don't tell me. Don't tell me that's a goal.
I'm going to tell you it's a goal.
I told you, don't tell me.
I'm telling you.
Nice goal,
It's
Ty
not just a
Hirrigan.
goal, it's a Zambrero goal of the day contender.
And it's now a 14-point lead to Traralgon on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. 12-minute mark of the second quarter. They are 6-4-40, leading Morwell 4-2-26. They've kicked 3-1 to nothing this quarter.
Danger signs for the Tigers, big moments for the Morwell Bowling Club. The Bistro's back open 7 days a week, but they've got to get their hands on the footy.
They do. The only 3 goals so far of the quarter for Traralgon. Notice that big Isaac Abbas has gone forward, Scud, so Burr's gone into the ruck against Strong.
All right, and Strong clearly taps it down. Rosado's there and Cunico as well. We'll do it again. Inside,
Mitch Membry's the match up there for Isaac.
Giving away a good head and shoulders. Strong with a tap down again, but straight to Rosado again, and Cunico wrapped him up.
Take 3.
All right, Strong will hit it down to Rosado and Cunico will tackle him. Ball goes up, Strong taps it down. Rosado, oh, not quite, doesn't get it. Goes to ground.
He got tackled. He got tackled and he didn't have the ball this time.
There's a free kick.
Free kick to Rosado.
Oh, they paid the advantage. And handballs out through Anderson to Rosado, kicks it to open space.
Tigers are
Luck's
open.
a fortune here. Kale's got it. They've just got to work their way through this. They've got numbers everywhere. Goes to Blewett, steps back, goes over the top to Kale, and Kale drops. Musto tackles. And we're going to ball up.
Traralgon's selection of options is just a little above Morwell's at the moment. The pressure they're applying, he's forcing Morwell into places they don't want to go as the tap comes down. But again, Cooper on the end of this one. Geez, gives ground, gives it off. They're in trouble. Can they get out of trouble? That's the question. Tries hard as Cooper. The ball will be held in right in front of our...
Free kick off the ball.
Oh, okay, nicely. Goes the way.
Brown.
Cooper Brown.
Non-controlling umpire.
Going to give ground to Cunico. Oh, I thought he might play on. If he did, he was going to be in trouble. They've gone backwards 50 metres to now go forwards. Musto, outer side of the ground, finds Cade Marsh. Looks up. Gee, a little bit of air in that one. Lapraise fights from the back, brings the ball to the front of the pack. They need a winner right here. Good contest. Umpire will take control. As Halliburton was the player from Traralgon at the front of that contest.
The Tigers at the moment, you're saying probably just that extra handball that they're wanting to give in, instead of getting that football deep inside 50 on that last play in, they just wanted to bring some other teammates into the game.
Berta Bailey, left foot kick into the pocket area where Wack leads the charge. Handballs over his shoulder. Connor Little was there, slaps it on the boot.
Marks up.
Relieves pressure for a moment. Burr couldn't complete the mark. Handball there was from McMahon. They get it out to the run of Wack. Wack's chiselling kick, finding a teammate on the outer side. Just Hurrigan. Gets up quickly, pops up, goes inboard. And Dallaire with a strong spoil. And the second effort was good. Tapped it towards his teammate in Burr. Handball over the top. Blewett's got a little bit of space. Does it sit up for him? Reuters closes. Reuters with a strong tackle on Blewett. Blewett sits.
Oh, no.
He's called it.
No.
Prior. And Reuters says, I'll take it. And he'll chip it over the top. Coming the other direction, Rosado. Oh, it was Linton in the end, couldn't get there. Hurrigan too far out to score though. A beautiful field kick as well as Hurrigan. He looks up, he gets it to the fat side, and he's got Cunico, but a good spore from Rosado. Gets to the outer side. Rosado's going to have to clean up his work. He's got a few Traralgon players to beat. Cunico's there, picked up by Halliburton, goes backwards to Strong, and then Rosado smothers just in a tight space. And due to the weight and numbers, they ran out of room in the end. Great work by Anthony Rosado, 1 on 4.
Absolutely.
Boundary throw in.
Fantastic work by Rosado there. The Maroons were going to get out again if he didn't throw his body at the strong kick. So great work by the big midfielder there for the Tigers.
All right, deep into Traralgon's forward line, around about half forward flank, but Morwell clear the area. Can they keep it in play? That's the question. Umpire's going to play deliberate as well. So a free kick goes the home side's way. You get the feeling the free kick count starting to even up just a little. At quarter time, it was 14 to Morwell, 7 to Traralgon.
And it's 6-2 Traralgon's way this quarter.
Okay, so there's another 4. A few more to go, and we're even Stevens as Jordan Cunico kicks inside 50. He would be going for Hurrigan, you suspect, to be somewhere down there, right forward pocket. Gee, there's hot ball. Contest going to go
free kick
Morwell's way, and they spread quickly, but Traralgon are onto them. There's not much room to move as Rosado, who's been good the last 5 minutes, grabs the ball. Nice selection. Finds Boyd Bailey. I won't tell you how good his leg is. Just trust me, it's usually pretty good. Plays on. all of 55 metres along the line. Good take out of side of the ground. Play on. They got the numbers. They're inside forward 50. Races on. Whoever wins the race grabs the ball, and it's nicely done. It was a race between Quigley and
Halliburton.
Halliburton won out.
Probably the quickest at Traralgon.
Yeah, it wasn't the option that Morwell needed, but they looked okay coming through the midfield. For one of their rare times, they chained a couple of handballs, and Traralgon will now ease the pressure. Free kick will go Morwell's way. Advantage paid, and off go the Tigers again. Short options, probably the best option, and just outside 50, it's going to be Aidan Quigley from 55. Kicks to the pocket. Can he find a winner? He can. Oh no, bounced off the chest. That's bread and butter stuff at this level, and Tom Gray dropped an absolute pie. It goes over the boundary line 30 metres from the Tigers' goal.
Nearly became too easy for him in the end there. I think he was waiting for some body contact from a Traralgon defender. Didn't happen, and just smacked straight off his chest.
So boundary throw, and a Bass taps it down. Good work by Whack. Took on the tackle of Zach Anderson. 18-minute mark of the second quarter for Moe Racing Club in Club Eastwood. In Bairnsdale there, sees a margin of 14 points. Tigers haven't scored a goal in the quarter. There'll be another stoppage.
Way more stoppages this quarter than last. It's certainly shown. Do you think that's more slowing it up?
Well, it's not working for him. If that's the case, it gets out the back. Jackson McMahon got one over the shoulder, and the free kick from Abbas will go to Jackson McMahon. Switches on if he wants it. They've got the extra number, the Maroons, but doesn't even look this way. He goes to Halliburton into the dark pocket here at Terry Hunter Oval. He's side lead at the moment.
You can see them coming across this way if they want. There's an option there if they want to take it quickly.
Marsh gets it, and now does go on the switch towards Membry. He's got some runners. Gray will close. Membry just takes on the tackler in Hillier and then kicks it down the throat of McDonald. So Brandon McDonald has it. Wants to slow things down. No one's really presenting except for
should be, but
hands on the head. It goes towards Hillier and Whack. Hillier, good competing in the end. Pops up, does the banana, gets the belly of the ball and misses by 25 metres. A boundary throw-in on the outer side, something his uncle would never have done.
What, bounce back up? Or?
I would have nailed it from there. I guarantee. Rick Gurlier agrees as well.
He said you would have still been laying on the ground.
Boundary throw in, 20 minutes into the second quarter. Tigers trail, but they're pressing now, looking for their first goal. Socket off the ground by Neocleus, works out well. Halliburton grabs it, dumps it outside 50. Although not completing the mark out there was Linton. Ball comes to the ground, North sits on it, got one over the shoulder. And free kick goes to North.
All right, just forward of right half-back flank. North takes the free kick, looks along the line. Not a lot there, but chooses to find a running target. I reckon that must be Irrigan the way he's moving.
It is Irrigan.
Right half forward flank now. Doesn't normally burn too many. Can he find a teammate? That's the question. He can.
Out of bounds.
Or not. Out of play.
Cunico just didn't take the mark and put it out of bounds.
All right, so right on the arc of forward 50 in boundary.
Inside 50s,
attack.
Inside 50s, Paul Carter.
It's 8 to Morwell and 6 to Traralgon.
All right, Traralgon have made the most of theirs, haven't they? They've kicked 3 goals of their 6 entries, and at this stage, Morwell 0 from 8. As the ball spills out of defensive 50. Here we go. Just need a favourable bounce and they're away. Doesn't happen in that sticky area of the centre of Terry Hunter Oval. The ball will be taken by the central umpire and there'll be a ball up. 20 minutes gone. Second quarter. Traralgon 6-4-40. Morwell 4-2-26.
So right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval.
Umpire Smartley's just going to bring the boys outside of the muddy cricket wicket area.
We haven't had we've had a good Zambrero goal today, contended by Ty Hurrigan in this quarter. Bass taps it down, but nicely rowed by Cunico. Quick ball to boot. Out there was Leake, but first on it for the Maroons is Willard and steps back inboard, just stops on a dime and then chisels one to Hurrigan, but in the front spot was Kale. And Kale takes the mark. Now he clears it to the outside. There's another whistle.
Down the field. It's going to come down the field.
Are they pay the advantage? No, they're going to.
Nah, but where from?
So
another 50.
Wherever they want to do it, Tim.
What's he doing?
No, is this the 100-metre penalty?
What's he doing?
I don't know.
I know.
Well, the free kick's going back to Kale.
So it wasn't an advantage. It was just a 50-metre penalty.
Well, it's over. That's a 77-metre. That's like the AFL 50 metres.
A quick handoff to McCall, who drives it inside, and then a spoil finds the boundary.
It's interesting, that one, Scud. There was an umpire that's standing right over that little fracas that was going on, and the non-controlling has decided to jump in and pay the free kick.
So you're saying the umpires are working in unison tonight, Tim?
I would say that they're not quite gelling.
Danger spot for the Maroons defence. They've held up strong so far. Wax there. Got ball to boot quickly. It's a foot race. Neocleus is quick. So is Williams. Well done out there by Quigley. Left the footy behind. Williams squeezes a handball. Back to Ambler. Ambler's got Willardon. Missed him by foot, but he's got some time. It's Neocleus actually on the outer side. Over the top now to Reuters. Reuters on the outer wing. Looks up. Kicks it to the top of the 50. North was back there. Abbas with a spoil. Good tackle by North. And he's called free kick. Advantage will be paid. Linton just dumps it out of there. And Lopez can't complete the mark. Good spoil. Pops in the hands now of Ambler. Drives it back inside forward 50 for the Maroons. Coming on long searching lead was Musto. Took the tackler on. Squeezed a handball out to McMahon. Back to Musto. Steps around one. Kick was smothered. Ball in dispute. Reuters dribbles one along the ground. Last touch on the line from the Tiger defender in the way of Mills. And it's a minor score, 23-minute mark, second quarter.
6-5-41 Traralgon, Morwell 4-2-26, Murray Racing Club scoreboard.
Tigers haven't scored at all in this quarter, Scud, and we've been going 23 minutes.
As they go short this time, Traralgon are closing them down all over as Leake has the ball, right back pocket. But if you look up ground, there's not a heck of a lot of movement right now. Big Charlie Burr provides an option. He goes in that direction. Charlie, at best you think, will compete. He takes the mark. Free kick behind play will go Traralgon's way.
Push out on Burr.
Push out, and so the free kick goes away of Connor Little, and he kicks to within 20 metres of Traralgon's goals. Can they find a winner here? This could be costly for the visiting side, but the umpire calls. Oh, he's paid another free kick, has he, or not?
Free kick going to Linton.
Okay,
so deep in the back pocket.
Maxie Linton, right deep in defence for Morwell. He'll take this free kick and he'll come grandstand side. Well, if there was a grandstand. And he finds around about the half-back flank. Gee, Traralgon have just got plenty of numbers around the ball, and they're finding it hard to get a pathway through this Morwell side as the ball's just a metre inside the boundary in front of a pretty decent crowd tonight. Traralgon 6-5-41, Morwell 4-2-26.
It's a great crowd, Poppy. On a Friday night football, live on Tower FM across Gippsland and the Valley. Abbas takes it out of the ruck, gives a handball to Anderson. Ran down from behind, got his handball away though. Campbell's there, closing quickly. There was Marsh, and Ambler taps it towards the boundary line, and we've got a boundary throw in.
Just around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland, Scud, in North Gippsland half time. It is TTU 10-6-66, Rosedale 3-1-19.
So Abbas with low press on this occasion, and the free kick will go Bailey's way for the Tigers, running through the stoppage. And
what's happening?
What's happening here?
Another 50-metre penalty from the non-officiating umpire again, Tim.
He's done it. He's done it twice. He's done it twice, and I tell you,
Bailey's going to get a shot from 49. Plays on and puts it through. Membry couldn't get a hand on it. The umpire says all clear. Bailey will get the goal. And the Tigers get their first of the second quarter at the 25-minute mark. A much important one, closing in on half-time.
Bringing the margin back into single figures for Traralgon. They lead Morwell by 9 points at the moment on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Traralgon 6-5-41, Morwell now 5-2-32.
Huge goal there by the coach in Bailey, but I tell you, go and buy some land of him. I tell you,
controversy.
The 50 metres, 50 metres are well and truly over 50s at the moment, because they're non-controlling. So it's very, very strange that these 50s are well over 50 metres at the moment.
Yeah, I think the elderly umpire is just having a little bit of trouble at the moment. He's playing up to the crowd as well, so he's been distracted, and in doing so, he's not concentrating on what he should be on. So here he goes again, keeping an eye on the ball, whereas he should be keeping an eye on the play, and that's not always where the ball is, especially when you're not controlling. We've got a controlling umpire who's keeping an eye on the ball. The ball at the moment's defensive 50. He's just desperate to be involved.
Surprised he didn't get involved there on that one. It was
I can just look, you can just say body language tells you everything. There you go. Body language tells you everything, and I think he's just about done.
Sorry, it's the mayor of the Traralgon Footy Netball Club here, Rob Popplestone.
He's just saying good day to everyone that walks past, Poppy. Just how you going? Boundary throwing out of side, Abbas. You can say good day to the locals. I'll call the footy. Abbas gets it off ground level. Handballs to a teammate. And that kick was smothered from Campbell, but it ricochets out towards Cale. Gives it to Cooling. Cooling's looking for a runner, and the outer side is McDonald. Had to wait for it, though. McDonald back on the right, took on a tackler. Steps back in again. Handballs over the top down to Cooling. Cooling looks up and kicks it towards me. And that was an ordinary kick, to say the least. Go forward instead of the commentary box.
He was just making sure you got a touch tonight, Scud.
Yep, boundary throw in, 27-minute mark, second quarter.
All right half forward flank, Morwell into attack. This game's ebbed and flowed, and there's just 9 points in it. You get the feeling, as Scud pointed out prior to the game, it's going to go right down to the wire, and nothing wants to change your opinion about that at the moment, as Anthony Rosado took the ball and then took the opponent who was trying to tackle him as well.
Rosado and D'Angelo were doing the do-si-do there a little bit, weren't they?
They were. As Abbas got the tap down, nicely done, cut off. It was by McMahon. He's taken by Rosado. Umpire will take control.
Tell you one thing, they do tackle hard these days, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I'm quite happy to be sitting up here as opposed to out there.
I just did a shoulder.
Yeah.
Here we go, ball tap forward, nicely done. They worked it out nicely. Oh, Bas cut it off beautifully for the big man. Quick kick forward. Traralgon under pressure. McMahon at ground level feeds it off. Nicely done. Kick around the body. Fortuitously falls in the arms of D'Angelo. Goes in the corridor to find Ambler, who changes direction, and I reckon it could be Marsh over that side of the ground. Right half-back flank along the line. They've got some room to wiggle now. Doesn't need a favourable bounce, and they've got it. They take the bounce. There's Chris Williams in board. Can he find a teammate? Needs to do better than that. And now we've got a turnover right on half-time. Well, the game's come alive. It certainly didn't have the intensity or the free-flowing that we saw in the first 30 minutes, but I tell you what, the second 30 was every bit as entertaining.
Yeah, 9-point margin at half-time. Maroons wrestle back the lead. They trailed by 5 at quarter-time, but now they lead at 6-5-41, leading the Tigers 5-2-32. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night wherever you might be across Gippsland and the Valley. This is Gippsland Live, and it's round 3 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It sees Traralgon 6-5-41 lead Morwell 5-2-32, all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's time for the goals of the week for round 2. Starting us off at number 1, Tyron Rees from Bairnsdale here. This is a beauty. He's at the back of the pack. He slides on it, keeps it in, and then from a really tight angle, threads the needle. A beautiful goal.
Finds something out of nothing as he went to ground and gets his first of the afternoon.
Number 2, Cooper Brown from Traralgon, who says Fords can't play defence. Intercepts that one, then just keeps it in like a waiter, and then delivers the goal. That is an absolute beauty. Number 3, Jack Hume here from Leon Gather on the end of a chain of handballs, just running home, and look at him slot it. That is a beautiful kick. Number 4 here, Luke Dyer here from Maffra. Ball comes out the middle. It's a bit of chaos going forward here. An important moment in the fourth quarter for Maffra. Just at the back of the pack, and then he just sticks the shoe out and threads it home. Number 5, it's a clutch time goal here. Scores are locked at 78 apiece. We're deep into the fourth term, and when you need your captain to stand up, this is what he does. He just stands up, bang, 2 grabs, takes the mark. 29-26 left on the clock, so we're really deep in the thick of it. Waltzes in and just goes bang. That is our goal of the week.
Yeah, third quarter coming up here on Gippsland Live. Traralgon currently lead at 6-5, 41.
Come on, boys, big second half.
5-2, 32. We are looking forward to a big second half between these arch rivals, and it's going to go down to the wire. During the half, we had our summation, but Addie Howe was down into both rooms. Addie, she's now back. What did you find out from both Traralgon and Morwell rooms?
Yeah, boys, I popped into the Traralgon rooms and Troy really wants to focus on opening up the ground, just wait, compose. He also just wants to focus on sticking to the basics and stop their fast defensive run coming out back. Then I popped into the Morwell rooms and he really thinks that Boyd thinks that they're getting out trademarked, and when they get the ball to just compose and take a breath at times. He's happy with stoppages because he believes that they can win them in the end. And if they get the stoppages, they need to get the handball and make sure to hunt the handball and hit them hard. He wants to really focus on the word hunt. I also noticed that Tyler Hillier has actually got some sore ribs in there. They were just getting a bit of treatment done there.
Well, nothing a Zambrero can't fix.
Scott, what is our trademark? Is that their trademark play is what?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you liar.
Yeah,
no, well, not that you can say on air, Chairman of Selectors.
No, not at all. Well, you'd think that they're some of their non-negotiables. So I would say that their trademark would be their pressure, their attack on the opposition with their pressure. And I think they're hunting and run and create that space, that forward handball.
But I'd agree with that because that was sort of one observation. I just think around those stoppages and just when they haven't got the ball, I think Traralgon's just working a little bit harder. And they're in the right spots more often than not. So out trademarked. I wasn't sure what it meant.
And I think at the end of the day, you'd find that maybe the similar trademarks that Morwell have, Traralgon have.
100%.
And this is a game of football that some of the trademarks that maybe aren't quite up to scratch is going to win you the game or going to lose you the game of football where the opposition's going to win. Timmy, are you on Weather Watch?
I am on Weather Watch.
Just felt a breeze just go up my shorts.
Yeah, a couple of pieces of paper have just started to lift.
That was me. Sorry.
But no, you're right there with that. I think we saw both sides trademark in the first quarter, and that was that hot, frenetic pace, move the ball, play on at all costs, and I think that's where maybe Morwell second-guess themselves a couple of times where they didn't just take that person on, and that's what cost them a couple of times on turnover.
Talking of the weather sites, I've checked the BOM and 8:25 they're saying they will get stuff that's got yellow and red in it for those people who like following the weather maps. It's heavy rain.
All right, so for those around the ground, make sure the window wipers are ready to go, the windscreen wipers, because the rain's going to come and it's going to come heavy around about three-quarter time. So a lead of any sort at that time might be a big bonus as Abbas gets the tap down, Scud.
Yeah, gets it though to Ambler, who had it for the Maroons, kicked around his body to halfback. It stands on its end. Cooling grabbed it and was wrapped up by Willard and tackle. Third quarter all thanks to McDonald's. And we've got a secondary stoppage, 52 metres out after that clearance from Ambler. Abbas again goes up against Strong, taps it down. Ambler went to ground, head over the football. Tackle from Abbas was Strong. And that was on North. And we'll do it again. I'll have one more go, Poppy. This time, you can do it. Taps it to North. Kick was smothered. Abbas handball. Look like for the running handball. McAuliffe slaps it onto the boot and drives a wobbly drop punt towards the top of the 50 in the front spot. And the free kick's going to go Anderson's way. Advantage might be paid. Hillier kicks it into the guy who was on the goal line. And that was Brown. No score. As Brown now gets it out to Halliburton. The Tigers give away a certain goal. And can the Maroons make him hurt? McMahon took on the tackler of Rosado.
What was Tyler thinking there? Didn't even get it off the ground.
It was Quigley, that tackler in the end. I think he was thinking that no one was on the goal line. He missed three people that were standing there.
The ball left half forward flank. Morwell kicking to the scoreboard end of Terry Hunter Oval there. Tigers are trailing by 9 points. They get another free kick.
Holding the ball was the call against Peter Strong.
Okay, so 2 minutes played, 2 free kicks. In fact, 120 played. Is that Rosado?
It is.
Rosado with the ball, left half forward flank. Looks to kick to the corridor. In fact, off the boot, sloppy as heck and falls short. She was a floater, mongrel kick. And falls 40 metres short of his goals. Bailey around the body, top of the goal square. Comes to the front, whack got the tap. Kick smothered. And here, going to take two. Can they find the goals? Possibly. Around the body, no. Linton, I reckon, across the face of goals. In fact, it was Quigley. And Traralgon take the mark. They do it through Cooper, and that's Cooper Brown. They ease the pressure, and the kick is a turnover. In fact, it's a turnover of the worst sort. It goes out of play on the full, and Morwell go back to whence that came inside their forward 50. Skills just aren't as clean as what we saw in the first 30 minutes of this game, but there's a lot of pressure around the ball, and Traralgon are just winning that 50-50 contest as they've got to room now. But they look up forward, and there was no one there. This kick has to be pretty special as Halliburton backs himself in, kicks to the top of the square. He probably wants the boundary, would be his best option, but it's been cut off nicely, and the Tigers do it ever so comfortably through McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald has 2 bounces, looks up, tries to run around, and he does easily in the end around Lopez. Handled over the top to no one in particular. Cooling's there, gives it back to McDonald, who ran on.
Good.
Good pressure comes the other way. Cooling had the footy, goes to ground, and umpire's going to ping him with no prior opportunity at all.
Dear.
Holding the ball goes in the way of Cunico. Cunico now gets called to play on, drives it to the shallow pocket. Mills is back there, but reading it nicely is Linton. And they've got the switch on if they want to move it quickly. They do. Rosado has a bit of flash of lightning in the distance. This will be interesting. Rosado has 1 bounce coming out of defensive 50 and then kicks it straight down Jackson McMahon's throat.
They're both burning the ball, aren't they?
They are. McMahon's kick back towards Reuters.
Here we go. Look at this.
Looks up. North is there on a lead. Hourigan. Does he take it? Oh, the half volley. Take the mark. Go to the replay. And Hourigan right in front of the deck here at Traralgon will look to go the first multiple goal scorer this evening.
Be interesting with that lightning floating around, Scud. I'll just.
How far away is it? Do we stop play?
Yeah, I'll just have a quick look.
All right.
So remember, Hourigan actually nailed one from here previously in the game at the opposing end.
Oh, in this game? Down the other end, yes?
Yeah. It was one of our Zambrero goals of the day contenders. He's going to kick this one from just inside 50 with the boundary just a few metres to his right. No, kick sloppy, top of the square. Abbas, probably the person. I'll tell you what, out the back, they're going to pay the mark or not?
Yep.
Wait a minute, are they going to pay the mark?
No, second grab.
Second grab, okay. So a behind, and Morwell will get the resultant kick out from full back, Paul Carter.
6-6-42 in the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. That's the Traralgon score, 10-point lead over Morwell.
Mills goes to Leake, and Leake will chip it over the top and find Cooling.
And we should just tell those people around Pud North's bar, enjoy the last 15 or 20 minutes, grab a can if you can,
yes,
and find some shelter shortly. We're expecting 3/4 time for it to be quite heavy. Hey, stranger things have happened. We might not... Oh, here comes the wind. Yeah.
We've just lost the team sheet, Timmy.
Lost team sheets.
So we're going to boundary throw on the outer side. Cooling's kick went towards a Bass, and they spoiled that over for a boundary throw in. A Bass in the front spot, grabs it out of the ruck again, kicks around his body, and it lands in the hands, not 15, the umpire said, in McAuliffe's hands. And
he's in trouble there.
Yeah. Dunbar was the tackler. They ran out of room, but the umpire said you held the footy too long. So Huey Dunbar was rewarded with the free kick, holding the ball, drives it into the pocket. Lopez the target, Mills with some body work, forces the contest, the ball goes over. Boundary throw in.
Just
it's
all happening. We're got a message through that the TTU game has been put on hold due to lightning, and in the descriptive word of the text message, it's pissing down. That's courtesy of Lauren Buckley.
Yeah. A little twisting turn, little dribbler kick by Cooling, got it to open space. Out there was Quigley, forward handball was nice. McAuliffe comes in with a strong hip and shoulder. And the ball goes over for a boundary throw in. Batten down the hatches.
I'm pretty sure I can use those descriptive words.
Addie, are you still with us?
I am. And boys, it is not looking good down here. The wind is really picking up, favouring the Traralgon end, and it is starting to drizzle, so it's coming.
Well, for all those boundary riders for the last 12 years, you've got to stay down there and put up with the elements. As boundary throw in, nothing occurred. Now even the Ducks are taking off from Terry Hunter Oval. They've had enough. The pigeons are flying home. And the deck is all of a sudden start to get a little bit of noise about it.
Free kick to Traralgon.
The Tigers not playing their best at the moment. Strong drives it in. Hourigan's there. Hourigan couldn't complete the mark. Front and square.
Look at this.
Handball out from Ambler. And then running onto this one. Neoklis little chip over the top. Not going to get the 15 required. Big spoil. Handball from Mills under pressure. Good handball there from the Tigers. That was from...
Look at the
going
pressure
back
from Traralgon
again
inside their forward 50. Excellent pressure.
It was Cayley in the end. Pressure personified from this Traralgon forward half.
There's a bit of movement coming from Puds Bar too, starting to make their way across to the deck.
Oh, this will be shockers here in a minute, I tell you. We won't be able to see a thing. Ball's back in the field of play. In a tight space, McDonald runs out of room. The wind is coming. The rain's not too far away. And this margin, it's at 10 points. It might not seem too much at the moment, but if the rain comes as predicted, we could be in for a slogfest in this second half. Lopez grabs it out of the ruck. Trying to crash through there was North. And now lots of numbers around the football. There's no one going to get any clean possessions out of these.
There is rain falling, Scud.
Is there?
Yep. If you look through your binoculars, you'll be able to see
the
it.
lights.
Oh, yes, there it is. Strong with the tap. Rosado out the back. Gang tackled by 3 Traralgon defenders. Make it 4.
I don't think there's anything to worry about, but I can see 2 giraffes, 2 lions, 2 elephants.
Where's Noah?
Oh, there goes the lightning as well. So the ball inside forward 50 for Traralgon. Kick around the body. Nicely done. D'Angelo within 20 metres. It needs to spill.
Oh, good mark.
Good mark taken. Well done, Sam Walsh. Under pressure. Read the ball beautifully and right back pocket. Goes for the short option. Gee, not the greatest option though. It was cut off. Will it find the boundary? It won't, because Boyd Bailey keeps the ball in play, and off they go now. They do it through Leak. Probably an appropriate name given what we expect. As the ball's around about right half forward flank now. Morwell into attack. Absolutely crucial. They start to close the gap before the real rain comes, and it's coming.
Hillier
40 metres from Morwell's goal as the kick to the left of Radio.
Hillier kicked it out of bounds on the full. Dunbar comes back inboard. D'Angelo's there.
Nope.
The migration is happening.
It's here.
The switching kick to Puds Bar where no one is standing at the moment.
Well, can't say we didn't tell you.
Brown takes the mark, looks up. He's got Williams there. Blew it close quickly, put a spoil on. Still in the field of play. Boundary throw in right in front of Puds Bar. I reckon there's about 500 people trying to cram under a 3x3 area over at Puds Bar.
Yes, there is.
It's absolutely, well, it's not bucketing down just yet, but it's starting to. Top of the 50 for the Tigers. Can they manufacture something from the stoppage? Quigley handles over the shoulder. Hillier's there. Tackled. Didn't have the football. Play on, said the umpire. Traralgon go and win it again. And we're going to ball up.
Now keep it simple now. So it's a high possession game by both of these clubs. They like to use the ball by way of hand and running numbers. But in these sorts of conditions, you'd expect, let's keep it simple.
When the tough gets going, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and the people ducking for cover everywhere.
So Morwell inside their forward 50 into attack. Brown keeps it towards the boundary, and he was quite happy to see that one over the line. Around about the intersection of the forward 50 and boundary line, left half forward-ish flank for Morwell.
Yeah, just in case, look at all the lights that have all of a sudden gone on in the cars.
I don't know if they're leaving. The Tigers need something here. McAuliffe from the stoppage, snap around the body, teeth of the goal square. Big spoil over the back, nicely done from Membry. Finds the boundary line. And now I'm starting to feel a little bit of rain as well.
I'm just going to move over a little bit. Poppy here. It's coming in from the left-hand side.
All right, Timmy. I've always liked you. You get as close as you like.
Rightio.
Scott, I would suggest that the buckets may have been tipped.
Yep.
Because it's
coming down now. So boundary throw in. Maroons lead it by 10. We haven't had a score since about, well, we haven't had a goal this quarter. Can they find something here, the Tigers? They've got some numbers running forward, but Maroons do well. Handball over the shoulder there was from Musto. Wax got it on near the boundary line. Can he keep it in? He does. Tackled, thrown down afterwards. A free kick will be paid to Wack. And I just sense that...
Dumping tackle? Yes.
Yeah, and I just sense just prior to half-time, they went to Wack a little bit, and the Tigers have just got to stay focused in the game. And they need to just let it get to their head. Because Wack at the moment is having a bit of an influence. He kicks high to the outer side, far side of the ground. Linton ran underneath it, socket off the ground by the Maroons, gains 5 metres. Tigers got numbers back. Mills goes over. That's Walsh in the end, picks it up. He handballs out wide now to Coolings. Kick was smothered, close to the boundary line. Hourigan, he keeps it in with a handball. Quick kick from Ambler, goes to the half forward, top of the 50 it is. Tigers got numbers. Blewett's got it out the back. Turns 18 tomorrow, does Blewett as he drives it towards the wing area. Hourigan takes the mark again on the outer side.
All right, if you're listening over the other side of the ground, give us a little flash with your lights just to make sure that this is all worthwhile. Is anyone listening? No, they're not. Oh, there we go. We got good on you, boys and girls.
Plenty on the outer side.
Thanks, guys. Means a lot. Hope you're enjoying this game more than we are just at the minute. 30 metres from Traralgon's goals.
The deck is absolutely packed, by the way.
Yep. At the moment, we've got 2 commentators and 27 comments, men. And we're 30 metres from Traralgon's goals. They lead by just 10 points. There's only been the single point scored this quarter as Traralgon edged forward here. Nicely taken. The mark by Sam Walsh again. A couple of good stoppages by him in this quarter. Changes direction.
Dear.
It's a risky move, but he just bobs it over the top of Hirrigan, which is one of the more riskier moves you can make. And they find their way through the corridor. Oh, yeah. Good take under pressure. And with that ball, Brandon McDonald kicks to centre half forward. She's too much air in that one. It was a pitching wedge. It landed at centre half forward. It did too. And Traralgon have got the numbers to ease the pressure, but a free kick's been paid. It's going to go the way of Traralgon, I feel.
Yeah, it's going to Whack again.
All right, so Whack sort of just starting to get under the skin, you'd feel, of some of these opposition. And he'll get another kick at around about right half back flank.
Margin sits at 10, 13-minute mark of this third quarter for McDonald's.
Out the back, you can see that
Gets
coming.
over the back. North was the one out the back. Abbas will close, and North kicks it to me. Didn't quite get there. Out of bounds on the full. The Tigers will get it. Harry McCall has it for the Tigers. Switch won't be on this occasion. The kick down the line to the ruckman will be the option. Burr's one of those. But he's 70 metres away, Burr, although McCall's got good length in the kick.
Yes.
2-on-1. Contest. No one can mark. Williams gets his head over the footy. On all fours of the Maroons, and they wrap it up again. And this 10-point margin just feels like 20 at the moment.
You think just one more goal by Traralgon starts to put some pressure on the visiting side.
Good tap by Strong. D'Angelo was there. Shoved out of the way there was from Anderson. Although quick kick, Cunico. Snap around the body.
Play, one player Traralgon down. Just keep an eye on that. Could be Strong.
Strongy it is.
Oh, that could be a big worry because he's their number one ruckman. He's coming off too, Tim.
He's coming off.
Addie Howe's obviously ditched us. She's behind us in the commentary box with the rest of the rest of the team. Burr taps it down. Bailey tried to run onto it. Goes again, does Bailey. And again, we'll have a stoppage. Right in front of us, 60 metres out from Traralgon's goal. They lead by 10 in the third quarter for McDonald's.
Lopez gone into the ruck.
Mind you, Strong didn't look too bad as he jogged off, did he, Timmy?
No, he looked okay. I reckon he'll just get the trainers give him a quick once-over and he'll be good to go.
Rosado played for the free kick, got the free kick, but he got in and got the hard ball as well. LaPraise was sucked into that one.
Got to go direct.
And Rosado goes through the corridor, finds Bailey, I reckon, or is it Anderson? Anderson with the ball now, got a short option. Oh, ever so beautifully finds a teammate in Tom Gray. Had a couple of chances today, Tom.
He's a big kick, but
this will test him.
With the rain and the wind, or no wind at the moment.
Jeez, he's gone backwards to right half. Forward flank now to, is that Tommy Cale? And they've given up 30 or 40 metres. Mind you, 36 players, or 34 of the 36 are in the Morwell half of the ground. As Sam Walsh goes deep into that right half back flank area and finds a teammate. We reckon it could be Tommy Cale again.
There's another whistle.
1 sec.
There's a whistle inside forward 50.
Non-controlling umpire.
And it's downfield. Tigers are going to get a shot on goal.
Mate, Poppy.
I'm not going to say anything. Look, it's a tough gig, this umpiring, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now.
Quigley's got the free kick, 45-degree angle, 45 out. Wet ball. We've only had, we've had a point kicked in this third quarter. We've travelled 16 minutes. So Quigley for the Tigers comes in. A big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club and the Morwell Tigers. Quigley's kick on its way. Hits the upright. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, the hot and honey range has dropped. That's hot and honey. Hot honey range. Or if you call your honey hot, either way, you can get it at McDonald's.
Morwell 5-3-33, trailing Traralgon 6-6-42.
All right, the ball out of side of the ground, left half back flank. Traralgon under pressure. Geez, I tell you what, there's players flying in and out of those packs as the ball spills out now. Starts to edge towards the outer side wing with Maroons with a wave of players, and I mean a wave of players through Reuters. Can they keep the ball in play? They cannot. So around about outer side wing, 16 and a half minutes gone of the third quarter. Traralgon 6-6, as Paul Carter just told you. Morwell 5-3, 9-point margin. Feels much more in these conditions. Ball thrown up, coming through nicely. And kicking the ball forward Morwell, around about, or threatening their forward 50 at the moment. This is where they need to find some room to move. Both teams have only scored the point each at this stage as Thomas McMahon, with a thunderous kick from half back to half forward, puts Morwell under pressure. And I tell you what, a kick for goal could put them under even more pressure as it goes inside forward 50. Free kick not paid on that occasion. And the umpire might take control now inside the Maroons forward 50. They're 49 metres from home.
It's the old territory battle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very much.
These conditions, and the Tigers just weren't able to hem the Maroons in on that one.
So tap down from Burr. Stoppage. Willerton was there with Bailey. Not going anywhere. 17.5-minute mark. Third quarter rain coming down now. Hard to score. At pace there was Anderson. Running onto this one. Nice little give a handball from Willerton. Gets to the pocket of Halliburton. Took on the tackler, holding the footy. And the umpire says free kick Cooling's way. Switch is not on. Walsh is there for him, but it'd be a risky kick. The kick down the line's the best one. And it goes in that direction. Neat kick in the end. Lands in the chest there of Anderson.
Geez, you've taught him well, Scud.
I did. Anderson goes backwards. Is that the required 15? No, it's not. Mills gives a handball back to Cooling. Kick around the body. Goes to the wing area. Slips through a couple of hands. Lopez is there. Kicks a high one. Back to where it just came from. Willerton's there with the quick speedster in Halliburton. Goes to ground.
Again,
and Linton puts the tackle on Halliburton, the free kick.
They've set the tone for what's going to be holding the ball here, even in these tough conditions. So players, again, have got to adjust. You just got to get rid of that ball.
Kick down the line. Body work from McDonald was illegal. Pushed Lopez out of the way. Quickly plays on. Gives it to Wack. Wack will handball forward. Now to Cunico. Cunico's left foot kick inside. They pack full form. The Tigers in the front spot. Mills gives it to McDonald, who dumps it out of his defensive 50, but it might just come back. A quick little handball now to Musto. And now McMahon gets it, drives it inside forward 50, 3-on-1. One's Hourigan. We know how good he is. North comes in to help and gives away a free kick high. Josh Galea for the Tigers has it.
And Galea goes short, nicely done to Bailey. Boyd Bailey, defensive 50 in front of a packed deck here at the Terry Hunter Oval.
Pass down the line.
Yep.
It has to go along the line, doesn't it? And he does that. Brings it in some 20 metres, looking for a Bass. Front of the pack, though.
Went down.
Nicely done. Falls in the arms of Huey Dunbar. Huey will kick back to whence it came out. The back is the target, and he's going to get the opportunity here. Nicely done. Fed off beautifully. And the Oakleys' kick is as poor as it could be.
I tell you what, he was looking for this.
He was looking for the goal of the day.
He's got to go about 20 metres further to the left. He kept running towards the boundary line, Scud. He just needed to straighten up and head towards the goals. Well, we know that goals and points are so valuable in these conditions.
The deck was here, that's why.
Yeah, I know, but you could, the deck would have still gone up had he have run straight at the goals.
Yeah, but me and Scud would have done the same thing, to be honest.
20-minute mark, third quarter for McDonald's.
It's going to be interesting here. I reckon there's a bit of niggle going on down the line, and there's a couple of umpires have just come in here to try and settle a few of these boys down.
9 points the margin. Linton.
Strong's back on the ground too for Traralgon.
And in the front spot, a Bass over the back. McDonald's there. Took him on. McAuliffe in traffic was very, very good. Explodes out of it. Does a little check side around the body. Hillier's got a couple to beat. Great pick up off the deck. Good solid work by Little. Comes the other direction.
Free kick.
And just a little bit overzealous was Tommy Gray. And the free kick's going to go Little's way. Quickly plays on. Handballs to Dunbar. Dunbar's kick goes out of bounds on the full. And Galea will take it, and some spectators who are retreating out of the rain cop one in the noggin.
There's still a few spectators that are sitting out with their umbrellas on.
So Galea for the Tigers. Half back, goes to the wing area. McDonald's there and Strong. They don't get the boundary they're looking for. Little will kick around the body. Bailey traps the footy and then gets confronted by Williams. Tries to keep it in, can't do so. 21 minutes, no goals kicked in the third quarter. Can't be going too much longer, you would have thought. Margin at 9.
There's been a fair few stoppages. That's going to be the thing, though, in these conditions.
Ball thrown back in, grandstand side, or where there was a grandstand wing. Spills forward, Ambler, ball taken. He's thrown to ground. Good tackle.
Around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. Can tell you the A-grade netball score is Morwell have won that, winning 50 to Traralgon 40.
All right, it's 42-33 here at the moment. Terry Hunter Oval, ball thrown back up. First player there will be Willerton. Can't get a handle on it. Keeps the ball in front. Is that good enough?
Free kick.
Umpire says pushing the back. Free kick the Maroons' way. On the half-back line, they want to build from here. They've really had trouble, both sides scoring anything of significance this quarter.
Since the rain come down?
Well, Traralgon have got 3 points and Morwell just the one. As from the left half-back flank, Huey Dunbar goes inside forward 50 again. LaPraise provides the contest. Ground level, nicely done. Quick kick, top of the square-ish. Maybe the boundary might win out here, or will it? Linton grabbed hold of the ball. He's taken over the line. The umpire will take control. Just 10 metres from Traralgon's goals.
Was a good first half.
Yeah.
And the rain's made it tough for everybody.
She's a slog.
Here.
She's a slog right now as Scud.
Oh, a bash with a big tap
This
out.
is going to have to be a free kick.
He tapped it out of the ruck. It cleared the boundary on the full. And it's a free kick Traralgon's way.
Who's over there?
It's one of the small forwards, is it?
Willerton, maybe?
Or
Ambler?
Neocleus.
And Neocleus, you think? All right.
It's on the other side of the ground. It's
dark
It's
there.
the darkest pocket. He runs around and he sprays it off the side of the boot. Top of the square it goes. Linton had a fresh air with the ball. Front and centre. Musto can't manufacture a goal. It's a minor score, though, and they are rare.
It's only 2 behinds to Traralgon and 1 to Morwell this quarter. 6-7-43 Traralgon on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 10-point lead over Morwell. 5-3-33.
That was D'Angelo with that quick snap. Apologies. McDonald for the Tigers will bring it back in. Big moments all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. Grab a $25 pot and Palmer every Saturday night at the Morwell Bowling Club. They're back open. You can dine under the dome. And McDonald's kick comes to the near side. Mills will be the target. Front spot, though. McMahon couldn't complete it.
Nice.
And then it dribble little kick to Reuters. Got his kick away. McDonald, Cody overruns it for the Tigers. Linton comes the other direction. Good pick up by McDonald. Little chip kick. Doesn't go the required 15. Dunbar, quick handle to Reuters. Ricochets off Linton. McAuliffe shoves Williams over for a boundary throw-in right in front of the deck at Traralgon.
Oh, Ricochet's been here a bit tonight, Scud.
Especially since the rain has arrived. Lots of ricochets. Margin sits at 10. McAuliffe wrapped up by a D'Angelo tackle. Umpire will ball it up. What can the Tigers do? It's a stalemate at the moment. It's a slugfest.
They've just got to manage it here and try and not let the Maroons score. That's the big thing with it. They've been able to just restrict them to the 2 points, despite the Maroons having pretty much all the play.
Quick little kick from McAuliffe, smothered. Now D'Angelo kicks to a dangerous hot spot. North is there.
Oh, good
no,
take.
it's Hurrigan. Who else but Hurrigan? Well, the body work was good. I thought at one stage there it might have been the fair hair of Matt North, but it's that man, Ty Hurrigan, a match winner at this level is unbelievable.
Great kick by D'Angelo just to set it up to Hurrigan's advantage, but as you say, the body work that he did and was able to clunk it in these conditions as Matty North comes from the bench onto the ground.
Well, this is directly in front. This is worth 2. They lead by 10. Hurrigan pushed it to the right. Minor score.
Couple
11
of times tonight.
Paul Carter, McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
6-8-44 Traralgon, 11-point lead over Morwell, who are 5-3-33.
All right, Galita bring the ball back into play. Short options, McDonald. 25 metres from Traralgon's goals are the visiting Tigers. Some risky kicks in these sorts of conditions. There's a turnover here. Big chance for Traralgon. 30 metres from goals right on three-quarter time. There wasn't much to speak of. The margin hasn't increased much. But I tell you what, Paul Carter, we've got an interesting 30 minutes of football to come.
Certainly have there, Poppy. The margin at half-time was 9 points, and then we've had Traralgon scoring 3 behinds to 1 behind that quarter to lead at three-quarter time, 6-8-44 to Morwell 5-3-33, and that's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
It is three-quarter time, as Paul just said. You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. Well, thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's time for the goals of the week for round 2. Starting us off at number 1, Tyron Rees from Bairnsdale here. This is a beauty. He's at the back of the pack. He slides on it, keeps it in, and then from a really tight angle, threads the needle. A beautiful goal.
Finds something out of nothing as he went to ground and gets his first of the afternoon.
Number 2, Cooper Brown from Traralgon, who says Fords can't play defence. Intercepts that one, then just keeps it in like a waiter, and then delivers the goal. That is an absolute beauty. Number 3, Jack Hume here from Leon Gather on the end of a chain of handballs, just running home, and look at him slot it. That is a beautiful kick. Number 4 here, Luke Dyer here from Mafra. Ball comes out the middle. It's a bit of chaos going forward here. An important moment in the fourth quarter for Mafra. Just at the back of the pack, and then he just sticks the shoe out and threads it home. Number 5, it's a clutch time goal here. Scores are locked at 78 apiece. We're deep into the fourth term, and when you need your captain to stand up, this is what he does. He just stands up, bang, 2 grabs, takes the mark. 29-26 left on the clock, so we're really deep in the thick of it. Waltzes in and just goes bang. That is our goal of the week.
Yeah, it is the final countdown. It's three-quarter time. The Maroons are in control. The rain has come down in the third quarter. We didn't get a goal kicked in the third quarter. Only a couple of points by both sides. And Traralgon lead at 6-8-44. Morwell 5-3-33. 11-point margin seems about 25 points with the quarter to go. Paul Carter, all the key stats for Gippsland Isuzu Ute.
Traralgon had 15 inside 50s to 5 that quarter, but the scores were just those 3 points to 1 point for the quarter. Clearances, Traralgon won that 10-7. Poppy will be interested. 10 free kicks apiece that quarter.
Nice.
We're up to 59 now. 32 to Morwell, 27 to Traralgon. Morwell had 15 marks to 7 that quarter. Marks were hard to come by with the wet, slippery ball. Peter Strong has 21 hit-outs to three-quarter time up against Isaac Abbas for the majority of the night. He has 26. Individually, Connor Ambler, 19 disposals. Louis D'Angelo, 17. 16 to Ty Horrigan, 14 to Tristan Wack, and 15 to Jacko McMahon. For Morwell, Boyd Bailey, 16. 17 to Blake Cooling. 10 apiece to Brandon McAuliffe, Anthony Rosado.
Very good. Thank you very much, Paul Carter. Poppy, you're wanting to...
Well, I'm just...
A few technical issues, maybe. There's a bit
possibly.
of storms around.
Yeah, we're just hearing that maybe we've lost service. But if you are in a car on the outer side of the ground, flash your lights if we're still on air to you at the minute.
Yeah, there we go.
There's plenty on. Everyone. Okay. Yeah, of course it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just been getting a report that there's nothing but static. You may be confusing that with my commentary. So don't fear.
Addy Howes joined us up in the commentary box. What was the weather like during that third quarter? Because you didn't spend much time in it, to be fair.
I think that says enough that I wasn't out there. I rugged up in the commentary box, that's for sure.
The crowd were, it was a big crowd. Obviously, they're all sort of taking a hiatus to their car and to some areas of cover, but all seems pretty good at the moment.
Yeah, I did actually write down a note in my notes that the crowd was looking great, and then as soon as I wrote that down, it started raining and the crowd was gone.
All right, we've got a massive fourth quarter coming up. The Tigers are undefeated. The reigning premiers are 1-1, but they lead by 11 points at three-quarter time. Will it be another Traralgon Morwell classic? We've had draws, we've had 1 point. At the moment, it's at 11. The Tigers kicking towards the Loyang into the ground. Traralgon to the city end. Bass and Strong go at it. Off the wing, Leak overran it. D'Angelo swoops on it, drives it inside forward 50. They go. Up in front, couldn't complete the mark was Hourigan. Hemble over the top, quick kick. There was from Walsh to clearing outside defensive 50s that stay in the field of play. Leak ran over it again. Allowed the Traralgon opponent to come in and swoop on it. Dunbar was kicked around his body. And Rosado takes the chest mark, 48 metres in his defensive 50. The switch, is it on or dangerous? It's on. Finds Walsh on the chest. Anderson has pushed really hard to the wing. And McDonald goes back. Anderson calls for it. He can go over the top now to McDonald. Find him. McAuliffe presents. Gray inboard, goes to Gray. Chest mark was good. Good build-up from the Tigers. Move it quickly, they want. And Gray goes towards Campbell. In the front spot, good spoil over the back. Whack was there, had a fumble, gathered it nicely. Gave it across now to McMahon, that's Tommy, and barrels one out towards the wing. Musto can't complete the mark, second effort was good. Gives it to Willerton, left foot kick from Willerton around the body. It's going to be picked off by McCall. Half back for the Tigers.
So McCall wants to go inboard, play onto the call now, ran himself in and out of trouble, kicked 30 metres along the line, Galea front of the pack. In fact, it wasn't Galea. You'll find that it was Josh Galea. Front of the pack and the ball spills over the boundary line. Nice work by Chris Williams, who found the boundary. Left half-back flank now for Traralgon. Morwell have started with a bit of urgency. Their forward play just a moment ago was probably the best we've seen for a while. Abbas got the tap and then laid a bump on Ambler to take ball and player over the line.
They need the first one, Pop. They have to get here. No one's obviously kicked a goal since half time, but they've only kicked one goal since the quarter time break. So the Tigers need the first one here.
Desperately. Back in the pack, Rosado fights hard. He's taken, gets a kick, even under pressure. And here we go. Justin McMahon, geez, his handball didn't find the target, and all of a sudden it's right on the arc of forward 50. The ball held in play, and the umpire take control. Nicely done it was too by Zach Anderson to keep the ball there.
We talk about players adapting to the conditions. The umpires should adapt to the conditions as well in this final quarter.
Let's hope so. Ball to be thrown up. Abbas v Strong. Abbas, good tap down. Can't find a teammate. 55 from Morwell's goals. Ground level taken high, I thought. The umpire saw what I saw. And Cade Marsh will get the resultant free kick. So right in front of our TRFM Gippsland live commentary. Marsh along the line. Goes looking for LaProse, who provides the contest. Nicely done, handball. Willerton under pressure. Taken nicely it was too by Harrison McCall. Right in front of the coaches' boxes. 2 3/4 minutes gone, final quarter. Traralgon 6-8-44 and Morwell 5-3-33.
Harvey Norman Computers, final quarter, tap down, front spot Willerton on the left, kicks around the body. Goes back to half forward, 1-2 bites, can't complete it, the Tigers. Hourigan's there, a free kick, there's a whistle gone. It's going McCall's way for the Tigers.
Not sure, Scud.
No, missed it. McCall wants someone to come at him. McDonald presents, whacks on him, and that kick towards McDonald is good. Whack, closing speed with a strong spoil. Boundary thrown again.
Strong lead and the right kick. Exactly sort of what they need to do. Still kept the boundary line side for the Tigers.
It's a game of metres in this final quarter. Good tap by Strong, got out the back. Cunico had a fresh airy tunnel ball from the big ruckman. Straight between his legs in the schoolyard with the grade 2s.
Good legs for tunnel ball too he's got, hasn't he? Hey?
Yeah, big 6 foot legs they are too. Abbas
I was
again.
no good at tunnel balls.
No, short legs. And Rosado just drilled.
Oh, and then
Lopez
free kick.
He'll get a
no need to go on with it.
So D'Angelo gets the free kick.
He'll discipline Rosado there.
Yeah, but Rosado, it was a good tackle. He didn't need to go onto it.
He did everything.
I knew what he was trying to do, but mate, there's 11 points in it. You're in the last quarter. Conditions are tough.
D'Angelo
smart.
Kicks down the line. North was there. Halliburton handled over the shoulder. Lopez fights hard with a tackler on his back. Umpire says my ball.
All that said and done, I'd love Rosado in my side. You know, these conditions are made for him.
Absolutely. I mean, it's perfect tackle. You've done exactly what you need to do. Held the ball up on the true centre wing. Just go back and then let the contest happen.
Handball quickly from Cunico. Missed the target. Fighting at ground level is Willerton. Quigley's at ground level as well.
When was the last time we saw a goal?
It was the 25-minute mark of the second quarter from the Tigers.
Which was, yeah, Bailey's
Yep.
Bailey. 50.
Right on 50. Abbas tapped down. There is Bailey. Couldn't handle it. And again, working hard there.
And from memory, that was sort of a 50-metre penalty from down the ground. So she's been a while between drinks.
Strong with the tap down. McAuliffe made the play and got one over the shoulder.
Dumping tackle was the call.
All right.
Fair enough.
It's slippery. It's a cake of soap out there at the moment. And the 11-point margin in favour of the Maroons at the moment. 5 minutes of play, no score in the final quarter. Wack's got a good spot, good body work.
Free kick,
from McDonald,
surely.
play on. Bailey's there. He's going to do a torpedo barrel. Is it online? It's not going to skid. It is. It's an unbelievable goal. It's a torp from about 55 out against the trend. It's a Zambrero goal at a contender. Boyd Bailey, the game's alive.
I tell you what now, Wack was taken out of that contest unfairly, and for the umpires that have picked up better than 60 free kicks in 3 quarters of football, to miss something so blatantly obvious is pretty disappointing.
Boyd Bailey had the previous one, and he's just got the first goal of the last quarter, bringing the margin back into under a goal. It's 5-point margin in Traralgon's favour. We're on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, and it's 6-3-39 Morwell, trailing Traralgon 6-8-44. We've played 6 minutes, final quarter.
All right, centre of the ground, Strong gets the tap. Can he find a teammate? He can, but they go laterally, can't afford any forward movement. Ambler goes towards the outer side, spills towards the boundary, and they'll take that, you'd think. They can't keep the ball in play. They can gain extra metres to the Traralgon side before the ball will be thrown in. Nice work by both Halliburton and Leake.
I tell you, and this is the issue though. They pick up the Ticky Touchwood stuff, and then they don't.
Did you see what I saw?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or not?
And that's the issue when you look at it from a holistic game perspective. You've paid 3.5 quarters of Ticky Touch stuff.
Yes.
Pay the big stuff.
Boundary throw in at ground level. Hillier works hard, squeezed a handle out. Coming the other direction nicely there.
See, and then
was Cutico, and he got the free kick.
And he'll pay a Ticky Touchwood out of that, where guys are just going for the football, and there's not much in that.
Cutico kicks down the line, out of side. Back there was Mills, got ball to boot somehow. Not the required 15, you wouldn't have thought. Anderson thought it was. And then he handballed forward.
About 7.5.
A quick kick there was from Gray, it was. No, it wasn't Gray down the back line. It was the Tigers got it towards the wing area. They shuffle it forward. Rosado's there, tries to run onto it. He just slaps it forward. Good pick up. There's Gray. Gives it to Brandon McDonald. Great smother there by Membry. And now Wack gets a handball out to no one in particular. He just found grass he was looking for, Halliburton. Couldn't find. Now he has to go do some hard work. Mitch Membry with a great smother. It was a shot on goal too from about 45. Boundary throw in. 7.5 minutes gone. Final quarter. The margin sits at 5. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
So the Tigers inside forward 50. Free kick paid will go which way? Morwell's way.
Charlie Burr it'll go to. D'Angelo was in the ruck.
All right, so Charlie Burr will play on quickly. Doesn't trust himself. The kick comes from McAuliffe within 10 metres of Morwell's goal. Oh, gee whiz.
Bailey.
A kick off the ground by Bailey. He scored the last 2 goals for Morwell and almost got another miraculous one then.
4 points the difference, 6-4-40 Morwell to 6-8-44 Traralgon.
Jackson McMahon with the ball in hand, looks left, right, comes left.
Musto.
What's the option? Musto was taken out of it. Well, that was nothing compared to the one that was missed. But a free kick will go Morwell, Traralgon's way.
Got the Mitch Musto support crew on the deck at the far side.
There's no mark there, umpire.
Around?
One sec, what's he around?
What are we doing? Just play. He was right.
Yeah, exactly.
Same
Here he
umpire.
Wants to involve himself in the game again when he doesn't need to.
Anyway, half forward flank it goes and spills over the boundary line. Left half forward flank, Traralgon into a cat tack. Kicking to the scoreboard end. 8 3/4 minutes gone, final quarter. They lead by just 4 points.
We've had everything come down from the sky. I'm not sure what a cat has just yet. Boundary throw in. Top of the 50. Tried to grab it out there was Burr. Bobbles out. Willerton works hard. Got tackled by a couple of Tigers. Rain still falling here at the Terry Hunter Oval. Have we got an update on that game that's progressing only 10 kilometres away? Is it called off?
Nothing. No progress update from Buckles.
So they had a bit of lightning out there at TTU and have suspended the game. And if it suspends for, we believe, 30 minutes, the game is called off. Just not quite sure how long it's been suspended for. At pace there, Musto. Swung around the tackle. Nice little tap back to Willardon. Kick around his body. Goes high into the pocket. Body work from Wills was good. Ground level work from the Oakleys. Good pick up. A quick kick across the face. A goal. Lands on the chest of guess who?
Ty Hurrigan.
Correct. You win the cash.
I tell you what, though, his record in front of goals tonight hasn't been great.
4 points they lead by the Maroons. He's 20 metres out. He can't miss from there, Poppy. He cannot miss.
We haven't been that good tonight.
The best player in the comp can't miss from 20 metres out, and he doesn't. He puts it through and gets the margin to 10.
And we've played 10.5 minutes in the final quarter, and Harvey Norman's computer scoreboard reads Traralgon 7-8-50, leading Morwell 6-4-40.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we've tried to put the moz on some of the good players out here tonight when they've been going a goal. But great work there. I'll give it to Mitch Musto. Attacked the contest hard and was able to get the ball going forward. And then from there, it was a good centering kick. I'm pretty sure it was from Matt North that set up the kick there from Hurrigan.
All right, so big Charlie Burr has been given the rucking duties. Abbas, I'm not sure the value in these conditions up forward, but time will tell. Burr against LaPraise. Burr got the tap. Can he find a teammate? He cannot. Ball held in.
High.
Wow, okay, not sure what I was looking at, but it's certainly something I didn't see. As Boyd Bailey gets the free kick and a 50-metre penalty. Guess who?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a 25-metre penalty. What?
No, it's 50.
Wait a minute. No, it's on.
No, it is.
Wow.
From the centre of the ground. From the centre of the ground, we've gone to the top of the goal square.
It's about, what's that, 15 metres out?
How is that 50 metres?
No, it is 50.
Well,
it's 70.
Yeah. Seriously, that was from the centre of the ground as Bailey comes in and puts his second on for the quarter and his third for the game.
And brings the margin back to 4 points in favour of Traralgon at the 12-minute mark of the final quarter on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Traralgon 7-8-50, leading Morwell 7-4-46.
So we had no goals kicked in the third quarter. Rain continues to fall. Ball gets heavier, ground gets slippery, and now we've had 3 kicked in 12 minutes.
Don't have an issue with the 50 because he'd obviously told the player to stand and he didn't stand, but let's work on some measurements during the week, I reckon, Pop.
I'm getting indigestion. Oh, it's really frustrating me. Anyway, the ball to be thrown up. It's hard enough playing in these sort of conditions. As LaPraise lays a tackle. Jeez, I thought he was going to call dropping the ball. Did you? I think he was keen to, and then he thought...
The arms went wide, didn't they?
I thought, don't do that. Burr, LaPraise, not sure. Call it even. I tell you what, it's gone up a notch or two as the ball comes out from Quigley, centre half forward. A little bit of room to move. Haven't seen much from this bloke today, and I reckon he's getting frustrated. McDonald now Traralgon clear the area towards centre half forward. Can they keep the ball? Pushing the back. Free kick. Blake Cooling's the player with the ball.
Every day of the week there, Timmy.
Yeah.
Got one high.
Yeah. In the back. Tackle without the ball. He gave it away.
Shocking kick.
It was a shocking kick. The umpire will take control of this one, as Chris Williams had the opportunity to take the mark, but in slippery conditions you can forgive him. LaPraise works to the front. I reckon Burr still got the tap over the top of that player. D'Angelo tries to fight the tackler off, that tackler being Aidan Quigley, and can't. The umpire takes control.
So ball up, true centre wing. 13.5 minutes gone, final quarter. All thanks to Harvey Norman Computers. Burr with a tap down. Rosado runs onto it. Williams is there. Kick around the body. McDonald in the front spot. Attacks it, grabs it, falls to ground. Ball up, top of the 50. Directly in front. Two sides will reset. Get their structures right. Umpire wastes no time. Lopez with a tap down. Out the back though was Quigley. High kick. Membry will fly and spoil. Front and square. It goes 15 metres. Ambler tried to give it to Wack, who then tried to clean up a bass. A sweeping handball out wide from Quigley. Lands in the hands of Brown. Nice turn. Ambler does well. Handball now to Jackson McMahon. Waits for it to sit up. McMahon in front of the deck. Barrels it to the wing area. Lights in their eyes of all four of them. McDonald kicks around the body, smothered. Walsh is there for the Tigers. Handball's back now to Linton. Linton's high kick. Lopez and Abbas. Skids out the back. Look at a little tap there from Ambler. Whack with a dumping kick to the wing area. Cunico in the front spot. Nice little gather and turn. Inboard handball. D'Angelo. Bailey comes. D'Angelo handballs. Reuters loses the footy. Head over it. Musto's in there. They go to ground. Bailey's there with Quigley for the Tigers. It's pressure personified. Reuters with a slick handball to McMahon. The kick goes to the top of the 50. It's a foot race on the outer side. Walsh is there. Great attack. Halliburton does well. He's got 2 Tigers to beat, and he might just do it. Handball's over the shoulder. Good work by Cale for the Tigers. He kicks it out towards Hillier and Tom McMahon. Ball's in dispute. Abbas is there. Gathers it, drops it at ground level. A handball goes now to D'Angelo. A kick inside forward 50. Hurrigan can't complete the mark. Tigers have got numbers. McDonald, boundary line. Hurrigan, McDonald, kick towards the boundary line. It's not deliberate if it doesn't go out. Play to the umpire.
Free
Crash,
kick.
bang. Free kick to Williams.
So Chris Williams, left half forward flank, will kick within 20 metres of Traralgon's goals. Can they find a winner here? Need numbers at the base of the pack, and they've got them. Can they find clean air? They can't. They
Free
can find
kick.
the boundary. It'll be a free kick Traralgon's way.
North.
So North.
Starting to get a bit feisty here.
So right in front of the scoreboard, which reads at the moment Traralgon 50, Morwell 46, 15 and 3/4 minutes gone, final quarter. North from 35, right on the boundary. On the right side for a right footer.
Geez, this will be a good goal from there.
I reckon, given the circumstances, it might go to the top of the sombrero. That's the least of these problems. There's premiership points to be won, and this can go a long way towards getting them off the boot. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all.
Isaac Abbas on the line.
Wow.
Luckily, Isaac Abbas was 7'7" and with a hand up in the air, got a fingertip to it.
5-point lead to Traralgon. 16.5 minutes played, final quarter. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. Traralgon 7-9-51, leading Morwell 7-4-46.
Walsh to the near side. McCall tried to help it on its way. Head over the footy was the Rosado. Good work from Galere. Kicks around the body. Gray and whack. Good little grab by Gray, and then slaps it on the boot. Burr will go up, and that's the Jackson variety. Can't complete the mark. Does it scoot at the back? No. Lopez. Great contest, and Lopez doesn't like Burr. And Burr doesn't like Lopez. It's a rivalry at its best. The margin sits at 5 in the last quarter. Abbas and Lopez do ruck duties. Ball hits the deck. Good little tap there by Musto. Left it behind there was Ambler. McDonald runs on this one, kicks it straight down Williams. Not 15, play onto the umpire. High dumping kick to half forward. Linton's there, over the back. Nice little work there by Cale. Gives it to Galere, who chisels one around there and finds Rosado on the wing. A high kick, inside forward 50. Gray, whack, McDonald, whistle. And you hear it from the crowd here in Traralgon. They don't like it. It goes against them and goes to the
50.
Tigers. Tom Gray will be the one having a shot from goal. Wet footy, 50 metres out. Right in front of the deck. It's a healthy crowd here.
What a shock.
A free kick. 18 minutes have ticked over, final quarter. Tom Gray's getting all the support and help from the crowd in front of us. Some of it's not nice, some of it is. And you can hear Gray. Oh, he hasn't got onto it. It's not going to make the distance. Can the Tigers take a mark? Burr's there, ball in dispute. Head over it. Little quick kick out of there was from Tom McMahon. It's a foot race out there with Anderson. They look for the boundary. Is it deliberate?
Of course it is.
Umpire says deliberate.
What would you expect in these conditions?
Yep, Anderson's going to dump it back in. He got it off this skinny step.
Is that deliberate?
And that's a touched and a boundary throw in. 18 and 3/4 minutes gone. Final quarter for Harvey Norman. Big moments are all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club. The bistro's back open 7 days a week.
So just one kick the difference. 5 points favours the home side, and Morwell are 20 metres from goals. 19 minutes gone, final quarter. Nicely done, Burr, front of the pack, and he finds a teammate he can't just at the moment. Desperation from the Traralgon defence, keeps the ball in the area, but makes it a 50-50 contest.
Jackson McMahon last off the bottom of the pack.
45-degree angle, 20 metres from Morwell's goals. Lots of physical contact behind play. The umpire stops and then goes forward again. Tell you what, there's a free kick that's there to be won, but the boundary line will win this one out, you'd think, or will it?
Hold the footy.
Wow.
against Bailey goes to Connor Little.
And there's no need for... We've got ample time for either side to win and or lose this one, so keep it simple in these conditions.
All 36
Little.
players are out that far side too.
They are. Goes towards the outer side. All players finding it hard to get a grip on the ball. Understandable. As the sheet of rain continues.
Next goal wins, by the way.
Oof, geez, big call. But you've been known for them.
Thank you.
And you did say Morwell by a point.
We've ticked into time on.
Time on started. A lot of stoppages, not many goals.
Ricochet.
He's had a few touches in there. How many's Ricochet had?
He's a chance for our Gippsland Isuzu player of the day. He's had 5 contested marks and 3 smothered kicks.
Your kick, Scud. Let's see if you can get your boys home.
That was just a deflection, wasn't it?
Exactly right. Another stoppage there. 50 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Lots of numbers around it. Hourigan rolls back now to that centre half or full back sort of area from this stoppage. Maroons has a whistle and it's going Morwell's way, if the arm's in the right direction, that is.
Yep.
And it's going Hillier's way.
Of everything that's gone on in these, you just... Yeah.
How many free kicks now, Paul Carter?
74.
74 free kicks.
74 free kicks in a game of footy, and we've still got moments to play.
So Hillier's going to have to kick this 45 with a wet ball. I'm not sure he's got the distance in him.
Oh, he's put the moz on him here.
He runs, tries to gain a little bit of meterage. He's hooked it. It's going to be a minor score.
And it's a 4-point margin in Traralgon's favour on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Traralgon 7-9-51, Morwell 7-5-47, 21 and a half played, 28 minutes is the longest quarter
kick,
so far.
sorry Paul, Membry's kick nearly picked off by Quigley. We've got a boundary throw in.
I was just going to say 28 minutes is the longest. The other 2 quarters went 25. And we're at 20 and 3/4, 21 and 3/4.
Wet, lots of stoppages, lots of boundary. We'll go 28.
You'd think so. So maybe 5+ minutes to go. Ball thrown back in. Read beautifully. Geez, they're playing for free kicks now. They've picked up the tempo of the umpires. They're coming through rugby style like Morwell with a wave of black and gold coming through towards their goals. But the boundary line will win out again. So 10 metres from Morwell's goals. They trail by just 4 points. We've played 22 minutes and a few seconds of this final quarter. Round 3, Anzac Day clash. The Stennis Street Hunter Cup could go either way as we speak. Ball thrown back in. There's no clear area there at all.
Timmy, what do you do?
Well, it's this one where if you're Traralgon, you're happy for it. They're happy for it to go through for a point and then reset yourselves and try and get it in there. Morwell are just going to want to keep pushing this thing, as you said probably before, rugby scrum style to try and get the goal. Just throw the thing up.
The problem is free kick in these sort of conditions.
Burr, tap down.
Umpires have got form, so it makes Traralgon defence cautious.
I reckon the
provides
Tigers,
opportunity.
The Tigers need to open up and try to have someone hit it at pace.
Mitch Membry's the goalkeeper.
Bailey would be the one I'd select. Ball goes up. Tap down from Burr.
Oh, get out of the way, umpire.
Bobbles around. Connor Little on the bottom of the pack. We're going to have another stoppage. Umpire lets it go for a little bit longer.
He's looking. He's desperate.
He's lurking.
He wants to clear the area, but in fairness to him, he knows that any decision now can have an impact in the game.
Waste no
directly.
time. A little quick kick out. It's going to come back in. Linton steps around one. Handballs to Kale. Kale's kick. Can the Tigers find a mark? Over the back. Lopez slides down on his knees and takes the chest mark.
Now this is the interesting one. He needs to find a target here. Oh, he's gone long. Out to the far side there looking for a contest. It's come off hands.
Walsh gives it to McCall. McCall over the handball over the top to Blewett. Back to McCall. Little quick dumping kick down the line. It's going to be marked. There was 2 Maroons, although he dropped it in the end. He paid it and then lost the footy.
He's blown the whistle.
What's the umpire done here? Oh, now he's called play on again.
We've got play on. The ball goes inside forward 50. It was surely going to come back. Hillier's there. Handballs over the top. Gray it was in the end. Head over McDonald. Tries to get through. 1 or 2. That's holding the footy.
That's holding the footy.
The Maroons get it. Chris Williams.
There was whistles going there and no one knew what was going on.
Chris Williams, the new recruit for the Maroons, coming across from Churchill. 24 minutes have gone. Final quarter. Outboard kick. Musto's there, forward handball over the top. Leake's got a little bit of pace in front of Ambler. Left it behind though. Has to go back and get it. Ambler goes to ground. Ball still in dispute on the outer side. Umpire will have no other option but to ball it up. Out of side, true centre wing. 24.5 minutes gone, final quarter.
And the rain is now a slight drizzle, that is it. So it's going to stop for the last couple of minutes.
Beautiful day.
Nice knockdown from Morwell. Gains valuable meterage. Every metre counts at this sort of conditions. Free kick paid. No, the umpire balls this one up.
Margin 4 points. Maroons lead it.
Left half forward flank. Morwell kicking to the right of radio. 25 minutes gone now. Good contest in the air. Ground level. Quick kick.
Free kick.
He's going to go Morwell's way.
Can confirm the TTU Rosedale game has been called off.
TTU Rosedale called off?
Yep.
Okay, so as much as we didn't like the rain, we may have been a little bit lucky not to have similar conditions as they go forward now, the Tigers, to within 40 metres of goals. Boundaries Traralgon's friend, can they find it? They need to at least hold that ball in, and they do that. 55 metres from Morwell's goals.
Couple of minutes to go, I reckon.
4 minutes, 4 points the difference. Deep into time home as Scud.
You'd be shocked that Hourigan's the spare for Traralgon.
Surely the Tigers have to man him up. It's got to be a one-on-one at the moment. Rosado head over the footy. Forward handball to Hillier. Kicks on the left. There is Hourigan. It gets through him. McDonald and McMahon battle out. At ground level is McDonald. Somehow they've got to try and get it out to open space. They can't do so. And another stoppage.
You've got to go even numbers. You can't leave Hourigan loose.
No.
How many forward 50s in the last 5 or 10 minutes, Paul Carter?
Maul had the last 5.
Yeah, you feel as though they're coming on strong, and Traralgon are hanging on by the hair on their chinny chin chin.
Bailey tried to bust his way through. No free kick. Not there. I wasn't saying there was one. A boundary throw in 15 metres around from the Tigers' goal. They trail by 4. Late into this last quarter. Lopez with a tap. It gets out to a little bit of space. Rosado with a kick. It was smothered. Play on to the umpire. McAuliffe helps it on its way. Whack. We'll see it over for another boundary throw-in. 26.5 minutes gone. Final quarter for Harvey Norman Computers. April super deals are on now.
34 players inside. Morwell's attacking 50.
Front spot is Burr. Over the back it goes. Rosado and Bailey. 2 Tigers clash heads. Cooper Brown's there. Comes back in for the Tigers.
Good spot.
McDonald. Whack. Big pack. Gray. Crumbing it. McDonald will give it. And head kick around the body is from Cooling. And he missed it.
His father would have cleaned that one up.
His father would have kicked that one for sure.
7-6-48 Maul. 7-9-51 Traralgon. 27 minutes played last quarter. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard.
I told him not to have that last drink at Marvel Stadium last week. A ball comes back into play, out of side of the ground, safety of the boundary, finds it. 55 metres from Morwell's goals. We're deep into time on.
That was it. That was the moment right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're still pressing. Traralgon haven't been able to get it past their attacking wing here. So Morwell have got it all here. They've still probably got a minute and a half to go, we think.
Ball thrown back in, it falls short, which allows an opportunity, but only momentarily. Opportunities are very short. And at least it gets to the stage where players will need to find desperately something from nothing. And we've seen a few opportunities taken from nothing. Traralgon runner comes out. It's desperate at the minute. It's been desperate for 20 minutes. 4 points the margin. Hourigan 3 points the margin, 4 points would win it.
I'll tell you, Pop, it's been desperate all game. It's been a fantastic game. We've seen the conditions change, obviously, since half-time, but both these sides have just thrown everything at it.
Someone's got to roll in for the Tigers. Hourigan's all on his own. A quick kick will land. He can read it so well.
Yeah, Traralgon defence is side by side. I'd love to see them a half a step ahead of their opponents.
Quick tap.
Quick kick comes forward. Ball still 50 from Morwell's goal. Here's a chance. They kick inside forward 50.
Williams.
Can't take the mark. Williams, can he keep possession? He can't. Calls for free kicks from either side.
Ball up inside the forward 50 of the Tigers. Burr tries with a big whistle. Traralgon's way. Everyone holds their breath. Whistle goes. Hold your breath. Which way?
Traralgon need to come this side, Scott, don't they?
Yep, they do.
Everyone's here. Surely they've got to come this side.
29 minutes gone. Lopez drives it back outside. A big fist. There's another whistle. Tigers get the free kick. Hold your breath.
Of course it was. Got to go one back.
It's going to go the way of Tom Cale. He quickly plays on, gives it to Linton, who's going to thump it back in. This is their chance. Can the Tigers take a mark? Siren! The Maroons win a classic again. This time it's on Anzac Day. And they win by 3 points in the end. Traralgon 7-9-51 have defeated the Travelling Tigers 7-6-48, the first loss of the season for the Tigers. It's another classic between two of the greatest rivals in country footy. It's round 3 of the Elintra Energy Gippsland League. It's another cracker. And we've got all the post-game coming up after the break. Traralgon 7-9-51. Morwell 7-6-48.
You've been 8 of the last 11 games between the two decided by 19 points or fewer.
You're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM. Friday night footy at its absolute best. All thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's time for the goals of the week for round 2. Starting us off at number 1, Tyron Rees from Bairnsdale here. This is a beauty. He's at the back of the pack. He slides on it, keeps it in, and then from a really tight angle, threads the needle. A beautiful goal.
Finds something out of nothing as he went to ground and gets his first of the afternoon.
Number 2, Cooper Brown from Traralgon, who says Fords can't play defence. Intercepts that one, then just keeps it in like a waiter, and then delivers the goal. That is an absolute beauty. Number 3, Jack Hume here from Leon Gather on the end of a chain of handballs, just running home, and look at him slot it. That is a beautiful kick. Number 4 here, Luke Dyer here from Maffra. Ball comes out the middle. It's a bit of chaos going forward here. An important moment in the fourth quarter for Maffra. Just at the back of the pack, and then he just sticks the shoe out and threads it home. Number 5, it's a clutch time goal here. Scores are locked at 78 apiece. We're deep into the fourth term, and when you need your captain to stand up, this is what he does. He just stands up, bang, 2 grabs, takes the mark. 29-26 left on the clock, so we're really deep in the thick of it. Waltzes in and just goes bang. That is our goal of the week.